find your mates using the cool gear love. No marketing, BS, money side price wash. Synth Quiz and news. So sit back, relax. Enjoy your favorite crew. Synth Geekery show. Synth Geekery's where it's at. So join the channel and come on for a chat.
Hey everyone, welcome. Episode 313. It's Synth Geekery Show. It's a Saturday. Hopefully you guys are having a synthy Saturday. I am, and these guys as well are, I hope. And big g'day to the chatties. We're streaming live from Perth in Western Australia. It's one of the most remote cities in the world. And actually, I don't know how the internet works here. It's quite bizarre. I think it's got something to do with tin cans and string. And for some reason, it friggin' works. Isn't it amazing? It's a bit like some of the synths in the studio. I don't know how they work either. Just kidding. If you're wondering what the show's about, guys, it's about synthesizers and obviously the stuff that you see in this room. The drum machines and sequencers and samplers and all that sort of stuff. Also, we talk about music technology as well, and we do talk about software, computers and things like that. Everything that's related to you guys making
and
an
baking.
awesome... Yeah, well, we might even talk about, other things too, other vegetables today.
Crumpets?
We won't go there quite yet, though. We won't go quite there yet. I thought we'd say hello to these guys here, starting with, I don't know, I think we'll start with Chris today. And we'll do, how's your week been? How's your week been, Chris?
Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad a week. Just sort of, felt a bit awful earlier today though, but I'm feeling much better now. So.
Oh, that's no good. I'm hoping.
Yeah, no, sometimes I get a bit
thing.
ill. Ian will know what I'm talking about. IBS, we both have it. So
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, I know what IBS is.
Sometimes be like yes, yeah. So my week's been. Oh, okay. First piece of news. US shipping returns on Monday.
Indeed.
Yay.
For modules, definitely, but for DIY kits, not sure yet because there's still a whole lot of. Well, there's some issues to do with customs declarations and specifying country of origin. For example, one of my DIY kits contains printed circuit boards from China. It contains 50% components from China, 25% components from Mexico, and another 25% components from Malaysia. So do I have to declare all those 4 different things every time I send a DIY kit? And how do I say that there are this many items, but they're not grouped in order of country of origin? Anyway, all boring stuff, which I'm sure people don't want to hear about. But let's just say it's a bit of an unknown quantity at the moment, so I'm not sure if DIY kits are going to be available from the US from Monday. It might take me a little while longer. But modules, built modules, definitely going out again on Monday if anyone wants them. Has been very quiet, understandably. In the store, so it's not really too surprising. Other than that, working on Ranzee's remixes, still having fun. Pulling in some more hardware this week. I did a lot of stuff with the Roland S1. That was quite good fun. What did I do? Last week was working with the Behringer Model D. I did some sample digging from old fusion music DVDs. Whoa, that's going back in the past.
Wow.
Yes, I keep old stuff on hard drives. So I did some mining. So really, some old stuff you wouldn't know. I mean, you use samples in your tracks unless they're really recognisable. Well, okay, maybe there will be one very recognisable sample, but we'll we'll let the people find that as an Easter egg, I think. I won't spill the beans. But yes, so that's going okay. I think one remix is ready to be arranged. The other remix needs a bit more work before I can start arranging it, but I may start arranging it. Sometimes I arrange my mixes during, and sometimes I do my arrangements at the end. It depends on what's going down. But yeah, it's you can get stuck in your 16-bar loop mode, and it sometimes can be a bit annoying. If you just do it too often, you go, oh no, I haven't got any energy to do the arrangement. Listening to it's good when a 16-bar loop really keeps your interest. You know, you're on a pretty good thing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, other people will think the same and will enjoy listening to it. Other than that, I've been doing a bit of work. Oh, I finally started doing some development with the SM patch Daisy, and my development poured this week, and audio is working on it, so that's good. It doesn't do anything, but it's audio. And I built something this week. Yes. Now, the reason why is a bit complicated, but I built the BBD, BBD delay from EDU and Erica Synths. I have a reason for it. I needed another effects chain to do a demo in a particular modules that I'm going to be selling soon. And I knew I needed a second effect to demo, so I thought I don't have a second delay. Turns out I didn't, I just forgotten I had one. But it was a good excuse anyway to build one of these, doing its things. And the build mostly went to plan, except that it didn't quite work properly. And it was an interesting one because my first instinct was like, oh, okay, whatever mistake I made, I might just record this before I fix it, because it sounds kind of weird. I might just give a quick little demo.
Wow.
Yes, the reverb is me. But yeah, so I decided, once I worked out what I'd done wrong, and it turns out I'd soldered a component in the wrong place next to a test point, instead of where it was supposed to be. But I thought, you know what? I could probably turn this into a little circuit mod. So what I've done is I've actually made it a circuit mod for this module that no one else will have. See, that was a mistake I made here. There's, in that red area, there's 3 pads, and one of them's a test point, not an actual place where a resistor goes. I put it in the wrong place, so what it meant was that the resistor was not in place, which meant that an amplifier was clipping, and that was that distortion you heard. It's basically clipping distortion. So what I ended up doing was a little modification on a little board with a little potentiometer to adjust the overdrive amount, and a switch which sends it into, well, that mode, which is just absolutely bonkers. And yeah, so it sits in the module like that, and quite neat, and not front panel activated. I nearly did, but I thought, no, I don't particularly relish the idea of drilling holes in FR4 circuit board material. So I thought, no, best not. I might mess that up. I'll just put this on the side. It's no big deal. So yeah, so that's what I did there. So yeah, and when you flick the switch, I think it goes back to sort of normal mode, if I recall. So it's a bit more normal. So will that mean it's doing? Oh no, wrong. Is that the output? Is that the input? Okay. Expect. Oh, that's right. It's muted in the console.
I think you knocked something on the left channel. That sounds better. Well, that sounds what it should
Yeah,
sound
it goes
like.
pretty gnarly. Yeah.
Radiophonic workshop now. That's good.
Good old BBDs. Gotta love a BBD.
I know that voice. That's a familiar voice.
Hi,
G'day,
MP.
Andy.
Is it all distorted?
No, you sound alright.
Just loud, mate. Just loud. Yeah. So anyway, that's normal mode. As you can tell, it sounds like a BBD should sound like. And that little switch there puts it into weird ass bonkers mode. So
Yeah. Awesome.
that's my week.
Good on you, mate. Awesome. Just snuck in after we started the show is Andy. I think he's probably in a different country or in a different state. I'm not sure where he is.
I am. You want me to prove it? There you go. Can you see the characters down there? There's a restaurant that looks like a Bruce Lee character down there. And not using his image legally, of course. I don't know if the image can show it there.
So you're in China? Is it China?
Yeah, I'm in the 12th floor of the JW Marriott Hotel. Fancy. And here for another couple more days. And we're going back to the good old... well, I don't want to get too political because people get mad, but I've been very nice here. I haven't said anything anti-political here because of where I am and everyone's listening and watching.
Exactly.
Cameras are everywhere, all that kind of stuff. But I can still talk shit about my own country, which is falling apart. So
We won't get into Jimmy Kimmel, will we?
oh Jesus, the whole thing is just ridiculous. Just censorship,
I know,
belief,
isn't it?
and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But I'm kind of glad to be here at the moment, to be honest. So. Because although there's, although it's authoritarian as hell, and there's literally cameras everywhere, and then people are like making comments like, "Oh, you wanted this, right?" They like remember you, they remember what you wanted. It's almost like they're keeping tabs on every single thing you're doing, and which is, I'm actually on an eSIM right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to go in here because YouTube's not allowed in China. So eSIMs worked very, very well. So if you haven't tried them, definitely get an eSIM. This one's called Holofly. Excellent. I paid for like 2 weeks of it, and it covered Japan, China, and it's a whole Asia package. You can either do like country by country, so many days each, or you can just do a whole block for like Asia and Europe and blah 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 blah, stuff like that. So it's very economical. As you can see, the performance is decent. I've had hit or miss throughout the whole trip. I've only done a few live streams that actually took. So I'm gonna have to upload a shitload of stuff later, on stuff. But yeah, it's 11 p.m. here now, and was it 11? No, sorry, is it 11 or no? Sorry, it's only 9 p.m. 9 p.m. here now, and
It's the same time as me, mate.
Is the same? Oh yeah, that's right. And so so it's fun, and she had to go to she went to college at Peking University, so she's off doing her reunion thing tonight. One of the main reasons she came on this trip, and brought me along with her. So I'm all by myself having fun, goofing off with you guys instead of going out and partying and stuff like that. So, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It's always fun to be here. So a couple quick things. If you haven't watched yet, today is day 2 of Inky Fest for Lisa Banan, Inky the Cat celebration on Hardware Jams channel. Just look for Hardware Jams. And I believe it starts 2 a.m. my time. So, do the math from there. Same as Ranzee's time, 2 a.m. And then Henrik's doing a senior synth thing tomorrow at, I think it's at 10 a.m. my time, something like that. So I have all these little notes so I don't miss.
It'd be like
stuff.
3 or 4 a.m. your time, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wrote it down in a notepad somewhere. I don't have it handy, but
And it's to do with MIDI.
just
Yeah,
maybe
2.0.
2.0. Yeah, Andrew Mee's going to be there and stuff. So
Yeah, you guys might remember Andrew from my channel before.
Yeah. So I'll probably just drive in for a little bit because I'll still be having breakfast up to that point, I think. So I might just only pop in for a bit. Also, if this signal holds up okay here, then I'm okay. If it's choppy as hell, then I'll probably jump in and say, okay, I'll drop before I ruin his show. So, or ruin in some other.
Oop.
Oh,
So
he's
we're
back.
never know.
There goes the sim. Oh, no, he's back.
Yeah.
He's back. Keep pushing the sim.
And then I get
electrons.
choppy. Then I get
Yeah,
choppy
keep
again,
pushing.
so.
All right, we'll head over to Daren. Daren,
That's
how's
right.
your week been?
But they are highly recommended. Yeah.
I'll be quick because the week's passed and I still don't know what I've done. Same as last week. If I have done anything or not, I don't know. It just seems to be Saturday again, and the last thing I remember, it was Saturday last week. So yeah, I don't know what I've done. It's raining, and that's pretty much my week. So there's not much to say here. I have done something, but I haven't got a clue. I said it'd be quick. I won't hold anybody up because I haven't got a clue.
You don't need to hold anyone, mate. You're doing well. You're doing good. You sure you want to talk about anything releasing tomorrow? You know, nothing tomorrow, or what's happening? You just having a quiet day?
I'll put some. I'm going to put on YouTube a few clips from the live set I did it off the Tracks Festival. But other than that, no, I've not got anything up neither. That'll go up tomorrow. It's only the clips that was on Facebook, but I think there's an extra 1 or 2 on it. I've just put them together to make about a 2.5 minute video. So just some clips of live, so you can see what it was like live.
No worries. Okay, mate.
Other than that,
thanks very much. And we'll go to
one thing before I forget. I have a track playing tomorrow at Inky Fest. It wasn't 100% finished, but I had to go on this trip, so I did whatever I could. So go goof on it if you want. I don't care. But it's all modular. So
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, in fact, while we're talking about Inky Fest, I've bought Chris Head's CD, which arrived the other day. So if there's any of those left, I would highly recommend that people go and buy that. So he's done an album dedicated to Lisa, which is it's really good, actually. It's really good. It's on Bandcamp. So what else have we been doing? So Sinners Review podcast came out on Monday. It's all about the music business. Well, particularly in the UK, about how little artists get paid, but hey-ho, we all know that, don't we? Finished the Azimuth Tilt album mastering. It's called Alignment. Will be out on the 1st of October on Bandcamp. And for the first time, we are excluding Spotify, and again, not to get too political, but Israel as well. And it was quite nice to see that Massive Attack have also pulled all their music off Spotify and are not having their music in Israel because of the Gaza war and the way that things are happening over there. Politics over, really. What else have I been doing? I spent time trying out AI vocal replacement software, Audemy. And it's all right, but I couldn't use it, really. But it was an interesting experiment. I also messed around with the session keyboard player and the bass player in Logic 11, which are actually bloody good. The keyboard player is better than me, which is interesting. So I'm out of a job. This is fine. It's okay. I'm thinking, bloody hell, this is quite good. There's some new merch on the Sinners Bandcamp store. We are now selling limited numbers of instrument pin badges and key rings, and you get a free album if you buy one. That's it.
Nice.
Promotion over.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. If you hear some shouting in the background, my family are watching the Liverpool game against Everton. So I don't know how it's going at the moment, but it's probably not going too well because lots of shouting going on in the background.
Who are you supporting?
Oh, I support that team.
You're playing exactly.
Oh, that team. That's right. Okay.
He's supporting the red one.
Supporting the red one.
Yeah. Are they
Not
playing
the
at
blue one.
Everton's ground?
No, it's at Anfield. It's at Anfield. So I do apologise if you hear some swearing and shouting in the background. It's interesting. Okay, we have a synth quiz to get going, so let's get that happening. Boom. Right, and I'll just double check to make sure there's... Yeah, I think these are correct. Double check. Sorry, I'm going to make sure. Yes, they're correct. All right, first clue for the synth quiz is on your screen. Well, that's the second. How about you have the second clue first? How's that? You can have the second clue first. I don't know why that's gone up second. It's weird. Anyway, you have to remind me to do the first clue later on.
It's going to make it even more difficult. It's going to give the question.
It doesn't matter what order the clues come out. It really doesn't, guys. It doesn't matter. Calm your farms. It doesn't matter. All right, there's your first clue.
I
Or
think
second
it gives
clue,
a
or
leg
third
up there.
clue.
That's one clue ahead of time is not a good idea. So
Yeah. I should mention too, if you guys are wondering what we stream on other than YouTube, and you do, maybe you're anti-YouTube. I'm not anti-YouTube. I just think some people get like on their soapboxes sometimes about certain companies. Google's one of them. They get a lot of hate sometimes. Anyway, Trovo's there. I don't know anything about Trovo. Don't ask me anything. I don't think anyone watches me on Trovo. So there's that. We do stream on Facebook because Facebook let us stream. Obviously, we're streaming on YouTube because you're watching us on YouTube right now. We're also streaming live on Twitch, twitch.tv, which is probably our second biggest platform that we stream on. Is Twitch, and then there's a new little player to the market called Kick, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Kick, but it seems to be a pretty cool little platform. I've had a little bit of a play with it, so shout out to anyone who's watching us.
It's not that new, actually. It's actually funded by cryptocurrency and gambling sites and stuff like that.
Well, there you go. Everything's got some bad shit in it. All right. Speaking of bad shit, why don't we do funny side? Because strange stuff happens. Got this one's from Jexus, actually. You guys might know him as like the best synth demo person in the world. This is his
Mr.
meme.
Gas.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this one. In spring, this is basically buyer behavior, right? In spring, you get it and until I change my mind, and then summer, no negotiations. Buy a Behringer if you can't afford. And then fall, this is obviously North America. New price 30% off, and then winter free travel bag bonus presets can swap for something else. Buyer behavior according to Jax's. Good on you, mate. That's a good one. And he shared it on the Synth Geekery Facebook site too. And I don't know.
Also good as patches. He makes really good patches for stuff too.
The bot's running, isn't it? The bot's running? Yeah, the bot's running.
It's just put something up.
Okay, cool.
All right. Putting up our channels and before.
Oh, it's put the... okay, good. The bot has just put... That's actually, this is a good little segue. I'll come back to the memes in a sec. But the bot has just put... actually, I'll go here this way. It's better. Because it refresh. There we go. It has just put our link to the Synth Geekery group on Facebook in YouTube chat. So if you guys are interested in... looking at that on joining our Facebook group, Synth Geekery on Facebook. I noticed because I do talk about how we're on Discord, right?
Yeah.
A lot. There's the Discord link there. And a few people have said to me, I don't want to do Discord. Discord's a bit weird. It's like for gamers and blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. Well, then there's the Facebook group. So chuck yourselves on that. Okay. Now let's go back to Synth Quiz. Not Synth Quiz. Meme, sorry. Is it that one? It is. Yay. All right. Next one we're going to do is this. Help. I'm a synthesist trapped on a desert island with my Moog. And he puts the message in the bottle and throws it in the water. And it comes back. It's pronounced Moog. It's a good one.
Yes.
Very clever. I mean, obviously, we're working on the old jokes, and this is a way you can actually say the same joke, but in a different way. See, guys, working on that. Next is finally, I'm happy with my setup as gas is under control.
That's the modus operandi. Synth manufacturers.
That's what they want. They want your money.
That's what they want.
They want your money.
Time to release.
That's what they want. I want money. No. Anyway, we're getting carried away. Right. And then the next one is this. I want you guys to come up with your own caption for this one. Oh my God. Let me just go a bit bigger for you so you can see exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
Caption that. All right, chuck your captions
Some people
in
think
chat.
I'm a stalker.
Let's see if we can find a funny one in chat. Chuck your captions in chat. Best caption, and what I'll do is whoever we vote, we can vote on the best caption, right?
Okay.
But we'll vote on the best meme in a sec. The best caption, what I'll do is I'll put it into Photoshop and I'll chuck that in and I'll give you a little credit and I'll chuck it on a Synth Memes Facebook site. How's that sound? Sound like a plan? Go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Called a sidewalk compatible hardware jam.
All right, let's launch the poll, boys and girls and everyone else. Bang. In YouTube chat only, unfortunately, I can't get this poll to work in other things. The poll has started. Vote for your favorite meme. You can go !vote space and the number that corresponds to your favorite. Starting with 0, which is buying chart, which is the Jexus one. Number 1 is message in a bottle. Sting anyone? Number 2 is gas control. And number 3 is write your own. Write your own meme, which is the one you're looking at right now. So there you go. You got things to do, chatties. You think you're just going to sit there and watch this show and just drink beer and stuff. You got to type. You got to type stuff. It's interactive. Here comes the votes. We've got 3 votes in. Wow, it's insane how many people are watching the show. Ah, dear. Good on you, Bert. I know you can relate, mate. You can relate a lot. Ooh, lots of people are relating at the moment. Okay, while we're doing the votes, let's do a couple of the taglines. Pied Piper modernizes 21st century was Wagoos, and then there was I found a new use for noise cancelling headphones with Steve Smith. Then we've got Kosh Dukai. No, not Kosh Dukai. Where's that? Chris. Chris has said the only way to get more streams these days. It's a good one. I Sing the Body Electric says, remember, you're never more than 5 feet away from a DJ. That is actually pretty good. That is pretty good, mate. I like that one so far. Probe says she doesn't respond to CCs, if that helps. I like that one. It's good. That is good. Keep them coming, guys. Bert says, dude tries out his first AI girlfriend robot.
That's quite good visual, actually.
All right. How many votes we got? We got 11 votes. Okay, I'm kind of happy with 11 votes. I feel like one is like running out, winning here. By the way, okay, let's stop it. The poll, that is, and we'll announce the meme of the week. And guess what? You guessed it. It is that one. That one. Gas control. Yep. At the moment, I actually need some gas control. Yeah. Kosh Dukai thought the caption should read, waiting for the drop.
Just waiting for the...
Yeah, just
drop.
Wait for the drop. Sorry, I stuffed that up, didn't I?
You need your comic time.
Yeah, I do.
That was the famous SNL skit, wait for the drop.
That wasn't very good. That was the Joker's laugh. Hang on, have I got a better laugh than that? No, I've just got crickets. Anyway, what we should do is we should probably go here. Well done for voting on the tone verk. I thought you guys might like that. What do you guys think? I think remember you're never more than 5 feet away from a DJ. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think. What do you guys think? You guys in chat agree with that one? That's probably the best. I know you probably thought yours was the best. Don't get butthurt, all right? You're not 7.
It's when you move
your Not everybody has to win.
I don't know. Sometimes you walk into a music store and it seems like you're 7.
Yes.
All right. Let me just copy that before I actually lose it, because otherwise I won't be remembering that I've got to do something that I promised I'd do. We go. So remember dash your
and Wagyu wants his mummy. Oh, bless.
Feet away from a DJ. All right, cool. Let's do that. Okay, guys, let's do some news. Should we do that?
Yeah, why not?
Here we go. Now, this could possibly be the winner of the second suck of the Sav award.
Or third.
Or maybe the third. Yeah, maybe the third. But I actually don't think we've actually shown it. I think we may have shown something different during the week. Not during the week. in the past on the show.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was probably a while ago. I'm thinking maybe last year sometime. Anyway, what we're looking at is another Mogafoga clone by a company called Warm Audio. This has actually been out for about 12 months. And this is obviously the Ringer Bringer, which is their name. Now, what we showed about God knows how many years ago is we showed a meme. And I'm going to get a copy of this meme, actually. Let me get this meme out. Let me go. How do I get a copy of this? Where are we? Is it going to let me do it? You stupid thing. Let me do it. Oh, it's in the middle of my article. Upload to media library. Does that do it? No, I can't do that. Ducker. All right. Let me screenshot it. We'll do it this way. And then I'll bring the screenshot in. Probably quicker, right? And I should have probably planned this a bit better, shouldn't I? What do you reckon, guys?
No, you're all right, mate.
You can't do everything
just
slick, Rant.
It's just par for the course, isn't it?
Two parts of your pants, it's fine.
Okay. So this was the meme we showed about a year ago when we were joking about, okay, what name can you come up with a new Mogafoga? And then was all these different names. Look at the one down the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you reckon these guys actually put this meme in the wild? I reckon it was Warm Audio that made this meme, because that is the exact name of their product that they brought out. Anyway, enough mucking around and joking around and being stupid. I'm actually better at that than actually playing synths, guys, if you haven't wondered. Anyway, Ringer Bringer is actually a complete 100%, as much as it can be, fully faithful recreation of the Mogafoga ring modulator, which is called the MF102, if you can't remember that. Actually, why don't we show this? The MF102, and also Behringer made one this year as well. Kind of looks like the three of them there next to each other, looking very sexy, right? So they all kind of look a little bit different, and they all are in a couple of different ways. But what I can tell you is they are priced from most expensive to least expensive from left to right. That's one little dead giveaway for you. Is there anything else that's kind of groundbreaking in any of these three products? Well, not really, because they all do exactly the same thing. And there isn't actually really any difference at all in them, other than the physical look, where the buttons and the knobs and the switches and stuff are, and the way it looks, I guess, if you like that. If you think the aesthetics of the one on the right is terrible and the one on the left is amazing, whatever. Or you may think...
Yeah, the ring mod's on a complex circuit, so...
Yeah, or you might think, hey, I like the price better, and I'm going to go with the one on the right because it's the cheapest. Anyway, I don't want to bash these guys because Warm Audio actually have done a really good job and made actually as close as you can. Because don't forget, you can't get the Mogafogas anymore. So this one is as close as you can get to an original Mogafoga. The only difference is it's a bit smaller, and that might be a good thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that's good. Positive. I like it.
Yeah.
I got a used ring modulator Mogafoga last year for about $60, so you can't find them out there.
It's definitely a second suck of the Sav, Rans, because Sound on Sound did an article on it in May 2024.
Yeah, it's about a year old. I know that.
Yeah.
But having said that, what was I going to say? What you mentioned, Andy, I've already written in my article that's out on my website already, that when you look at the price of the Mogafogas, they are now no longer being made, so therefore you're going to only be able to get one used, and they are selling somewhere between $600 to God knows what craziness they go to. And I think the Behringer ones are probably going to pull that back a little bit now that they're out.
Well, the ring mod should be cheaper though, even in the used ones, because like the Murph is obviously off the charts, but some of the other Mogafogers are pretty basic, So
Yeah. All right, there is a little video which is about a year old, but we can have a look at their audio side of it. I think this is just a guitar going through it, is it? Right, it's got some synths. There we go. Go the Les Paul. All right, let's stop there because isn't that a cool looking studio? And
Yeah, I
it
like
just
the
goes
This
to
guy's
show-
doing hot. He's not just hot faders. He's doing hot keys, hot guitar strings, hot everything.
He's
Everything's
hot,
just
mate.
like
He's just
popping
hot.
off everything.
Yeah, he lives in Australia. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Anyway, price 219 euros, 249. Sorry, 219 US, 249 euros, 229 pounds, 330 Aussie. You can get this everywhere, by the way. Warm Audio have got some market penetration.
Yeah.
So if you're living in the US, you can get it at Warm Audio themselves, or you can go to Sweetwater, or you can go to Coast Sonic, Thunder Road Guitars, Angel City Guitars, Rhythm and Harmony. In the UK, you can obviously get it through Thomann online, which is technically not the UK, it's more EU. You can get through Bax Music, Anderton, Scan UK, Juno Records, MusicStore.com. In the EU, you can get it through Thomann, as I mentioned before, and in Australia, you can get it through Found Sound and Guitar Factory in Sydney and Parramatta. And in Canada, hello to all the Canadians that are watching, Long and McQuaid, Canadian branches of Sweetwater and Reverb. Obviously, they're not really, they're just distributing in Canada from the US, of course. And you can get it on Reverb, of course, as well. So there you go. If you want to get yourself an actual Mogafoga, it's brand new. It's a faithful recreation of the Ring mod Ringer Bringer. I thought we'd show it because,
yeah, there's actually Richtone in the UK. I've got a second-hand one for 129 quid, which seems like a bit of a bargain to me.
There you go. Now, just so you,
I mean, I know it's second-hand, but yeah.
The Behringer is 129, so it's about
price,
$80. It's about $80 cheaper. The Behringer, and there isn't really anything different between them all, by the way. But the Warm Audio are a US company, so that may mean something depending on where you live, right? So, yeah. Anyone want to comment on that?
Well, I'm almost very tempted to buy the second-hand one, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I'll wait and get but I'm trying not to buy things at the moment. So, but yeah, it's great. I think it's great. I think I'd prefer it to having a Behringer version, but it does the same job, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of, it's getting weird. This is kind of why I showed it today, because I think it's getting weird. Like when I've owned the Mogafoga one, you guys probably might know that already. Yeah. I don't own it anymore. I got rid of it. I don't need a ring modulator pedal because it's like you guys said, it's actually a pretty simple circuit. And most of the synths that we have that have got ring mods in them do this completely fine. I've got a Rachel, for example, which is the ring mod from the CS80, which is made by Black Corporation. It's different a little bit to this, but you can achieve the same results. And we've got the Behringer clone ring mods from the System 100M, and there's also a 2500.
I also have good digital ones
mod.
too. Like Alesis used to make the Akira, the Ineco, and all these like multi-effects processors. They're all digital, and they had everything out: frequency shifter and ring modulator, and
well, there's a ring mod in your M3.
Ones were good.
in your M3, Andy. There's a
Exactly.
ring mod.
Yeah. They're all over the place. So
they're in electribes, digital ring mods and electribes, things like that.
Yep.
So they're everywhere, like you said. But the thing that kind of makes me show you guys this is getting a bit weird in the sense that we just now I don't know, we just don't respect anyone anymore in the market. I don't know, you know. For me, the one on the left is the one that deserves the respect because they came up with the design, they came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And the others can, you know, go to buggery as far as I'm concerned.
But at least they waited till they went off the market to clone them.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
that's true.
not everything.
That helps. It's still kind of shitty, but when they do it with a production thing, like the little Arturia stuff and all that, that's bullshit. You know, don't make something that's already in production. Make it when it's out of production, right? If you're gonna clone it.
Yeah. Indeed. All right. Well, moving on from modulation effects, why don't we go to the next product? And that is this. This is the Cerebellum from Biopower. This is a really interesting eurorack module. We haven't done eurorack for a couple of weeks, so you guys, I know you're missing it, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh,
absolutely.
Especially Ian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on, I'm just going to have a quick nap.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway,
somebody wake up Robbie.
Okay, let me just tell you a bit about this. It's actually quite an interesting module. This is actually a logic matrix module, and it's designed for things like sequential Boolean logic operations. It creates complex polyrhythms, and it works in a generative type way. And it also can process audio rate signals as well, so you can use it in that kind of weird way if you want as well. It kind of, if you're looking at it like, and you think, wow, this is very complex, what the hell? It actually isn't too bad. If you look at it as columns and rows, it'll start to make sense. So it has 3 input rows and 4 columns, and those they operate. The columns operate on each of the rows via switchable and XOR logic. Now, I know this. Look, I know some of you people didn't like math at school. I know you didn't, right? But it's really not that hard. It's really not. It's basically, if you want to look at it one way, Chris, it's inclusive or one or the other, right? That's the way you should look at it. It's pretty simple. And I don't know why they just don't use those terms, really. Anyway, maybe it's just less graphics. Anyway, those each column contains a clock divider, a static plus 5 volt on switch, and a not invert, an NOT not invert switch, which is actually pretty cool. Dividers alternate between binary counters. It gets a little bit mathematical here, but there's a decade counter. There's also a latch flip-flop. So look, this is really cool when you sort of want to nerd out on the engineering stuff with logic. And in a way, a lot of people, their eyes are glazing over right now and going, I just don't freaking understand any of what you just said at all. But why don't we have a little look at the video? Because he actually has this thing running in some sort of weird way. And I don't know if it helps. It may not. It might make it worse. Let's go.
Sounds like some Aphex Twin stuff right now.
It's not selling it to me, really.
So basically, what you just saw is it's a sequencer, right? In a rudimentary way, but it isn't just a sequencer, but in the sense that most people would probably use it, and that would be a sequencer. I feel. Why did that go back there? Go back there. There we go. I like it. I think it's interesting how there's a couple of customizable features on this. For example, it does have swappable CMOS logic ICs on the rear, and that will allow for different logic behaviors. That's actually pretty cool. I'm also noticing too, there's a little expander on the right called the DM, so that would actually be an extra cost, by the way. Little companion module. So this thing is 30 HP, but with the companion module, it's 34 HP. So the companion module is 4 HP. Looking at price-wise, I don't know. They didn't give us a price, unfortunately. So I feel like
be cheap.
Yeah,
I could tell just by looking at the switch gear that those indicators. I know they're only LED indicators. We're not talking neon like in the 70s. But yeah, they're not super cheap. Those connectors. I mean those panel LED panel bezel switches. What do you call them? Panel switches, I think they're called.
Yeah, my guess would be around the $500-600 US mark with the companion, and the companion wouldn't make a massive difference to the total cost. Well, where you want to go with this, guys, is I kind of feel like this is an interesting kind of world, Eurorack, right? You got a module here which really is purely mathematical in its presentation to us. It's very engineering and mathematical. It's talking about voltages. It's talking about logic. But then you've got this incorporation with sequence. You've got your what do you call it? Your rates or divisions. So 8, 16, 32, 64, 128s. And then you've got some, voltage mucking around with those things, and you've got audio rate inversions, latching, the NOT switches, all that sort of stuff. When you bring all that together, I kind of feel like you'll kind of work out the coolness about this, and then you'll sort of not really care about the terminology and the maths presented to you right now. It's more, to me, it's inviting you to press buttons, toggle switches, move knobs, and sequence your gear. That's what I feel like it's trying to do. Guys, over to you.
This is not for your beginners. Let's put it that way. It's not a beginner's module.
No, definitely not.
You've definitely got to be into your eurorack for this, to remotely understand it and know what you can do with it. And like you say, I think the price is going to be up in the fives, or at least pounds anyway, 500 or close to. Yeah, I mean, like I say, if you're into eurorack and you like this type of stuff, looks nice. I go with that. It does look nice. I like the green. But like I say, it's definitely not a beginner's module.
Okay.
I think it's a good effort of trying to bring a fairly obtuse, I guess you'd call it, mathematical transform into a playable, like participatable type realm of the eurorack. So, I mean, you're trying to take a pure mathematical concept and just break it out to bang lots of buttons and flick lots of switches. I always approve that kind of attitude. I think it's the way to open up those kind of things to wider audiences and give people more of a chance to explore it. It's very pretty, which I think may have been sort of like, concern number 2 when they were designing it. They wanted to make sure it invited people to play with. The amount of times I've seen people go, look at something like this and go, oh, that looks really cool. I said, what do you mean? You don't even know what it does yet, but it looks like it does something cool. So it is a thing. It does, and it kind of gets you interested. It gets you juices flowing sometimes, the visual. So, it's a little bit of a part of Eurorack is how things look. So, but yeah, it is, as I said, taking a simple, rudimentary mathematical.
Well, to me, it's how it looks
transform.
just permanently. I mean, no matter if I can't use it, I can just sit it in the rack and just look at it. It's fantastic. Half the time, I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I show these products on the show, Chris, and because you're more of a Eurorack head than I kind of feel like, do you know when you watch those old US movies when they had the traveling salesman, and he'd have to go he had the suitcase and he'd go and sit in a hall and he'd open up the suitcase,
selling Hoovers,
and there'd be like a whole bunch of people sitting on chairs with their legs crossed, and they'd be just waiting for this guy to sell whatever it is, and then if it didn't sell, if it wasn't a good enough presentation, they'd be like, no thank you, and they'd ask you to leave. Sometimes I kind of feel like that's kind of what's happening out there, but I feel these guys, their sort of their goal with this should be some part of the brain sequencer in your module setup in your skiff. That's why they've called it the cerebellum, which is kind of like, to do with the brain. I feel like that's probably what they want you to think of it as. And it was a good point that you made too, Chris, about it does invite you to play. And then you'll kind of get over those terminology things eventually. I feel like to me, I prefer that than some crazy scribble that make noise tend to do. It kind of looks a bit crazy.
Something that's not laid out logically. I mean, even if you don't really you don't have to understand the maths to understand the geometry, if you know what I mean. And it's not necessarily an accurate representation, although in this case I think it is pretty accurate representation of what's going on. The point is it just opens up that possibility in your head to start playing with it, and that's obviously how these things start. So
also because it's so tactile, you get a lot of happy accidents with it. So
yeah, I can imagine people not going for this online, but actually being in a store and going, I'll just play with it. I always wanted to know what that thing does, and then 20 minutes later going, actually I really want this. Having no intention of going in, but they've always been invited. They've always thought it.
If you can find a store that actually exists anymore.
Well, as I said, I am sort of thinking about one market in particular, perfect circuit, where that kind of thing does tend to
probably
happen.
Would end up there, to be honest.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm visualizing. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Now, let me just double check what we've got next.
I'm sure Perfect Circuit we're gonna dig at just about everything. So
they do, yeah. They should get a bigger store. The next thing we're going to show is not a Eurorack module. This is actually a little handheld device. I was interested. It's by a guy called Jonathan Brodsky, and big shout out to Jonathan. He's got a few little sort of these, circuit bent type ideas, and it does very much scream teenage engineering pocket operator. If you if you're thinking that, you're right. But it isn't teenage engineering. This is his stuff. Aud Calc is a pocket synthesizer and sequencer. It has 8 voices, and it can switch between synthesis using a mutable instruments braid core and sampling. And the sequencer supports parameter locks, conditional triggers, and various time signatures and loop lengths. And there are also 2 built-in effects sends for building some nice tracks. It's kind of interesting sort of thing to jam with. I feel like that's one of those things. But you could sort of connect this thing up to a larger setup, obviously, with MIDI or CV even. Now, 16 sequencer channels, 16 patterns. What else can I tell you about it? Each voice has 2 assignable envelopes, LFOs, and a filter. There's reverb and delay on the sends. The sequencer does support CV as well as MIDI, clock, sync, and both in and out. And Jonathan actually assembles them himself. Now, let me see if I can get the website up.
Looks like a cool little thing.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting actually. This website. I'm just trying to see if I can get it up. One second, because I wanted to show you. There was like a link. Where am I? I'm into here.
While you're looking for that, quick comment on design. If you're going to be messing around with custom fonts and you start messing around with kerning, maybe be careful, because at first glance, I see Aud Calc. And if you don't know what Pud is, look that up online. I'm not going to talk about it, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not a great name for
let's not go
something,
there.
so
Yeah.
it could be mistaken by first glance.
Anyway, so this is Jonathan's little online store. You can see it's $150 to buy. And like I said, he actually makes these things himself. But the reason why I wanted to sort of jump onto here is because there is actually a video that we can actually have a look at.
Hey, so this is the TWR TDM. It's a little pocket sequencer synthesizer thing that I'm working on.
So he's called this thing a different name, but I think it's evolved into what we're looking at. Okay, so just wanted to make that.
Buttons are different. Yep.
Yeah, I want to run through some of the features real quick, and then I will show off some of the new stuff that I'm working on with it. So the core of it is that it's got 8 channels split into 2 groups of sound engines. So right now, let me switch to a new pattern. It's got this one is the kind of macro synth thing. It's the synth engine from Braids. That's uninitialized memory, but this is the synth engine from Braids, so it's got a bunch of different voices that you can choose. And then it also has a sampler in it. You can choose different modes of playback, so like slice, pitch, like loop length mode. It's got an onboard microphone, audio in and out, and MIDI in and out, so it also has a MIDI channel that you can send MIDI out to your external devices from it. I think I'm just going to show off the built-in synth today because it's like quicker and easier. So like I said, there's 8 channels, so I've programmed in a few sounds on channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for each sound, there's like the 2 main knobs that you can use, timbre and color. It also has a filter per channel, volume, octave, etc. It's got 2 envelopes that I just got the routing on those working, so you can target different parameters with your envelopes, and it has an LFO as well, where you can. Right now, it's hard coded to do a parameter, but I'm going to start working on that parameter routing, and then it has like a global delay sound. So that's kind of the sound engine. It also has a sequencer. So there's 16 patterns in the sequencer. Each channel in the pattern can have different properties. So let's put in a thing real quick here with this sound. So just your... And let me slow it down because it's running pretty fast. So each of the playing channels per pattern can have a different length and rate. So if we wanted to make this like like this, and then we could choose a different thing. Let's set the rate to 1, I guess. And then you can also do weird things like triplets per channel. The other thing that you can do is in the sequencer you can put in parameter locks, so we can, if we want to tune our sound, but then we want it to have like a different sound on the first one, we can put in a parameter lock for just that sound. We can also do live recording in, so if we hold down the record button and press play, this is running really fast. Let me slow that down. And then let's actually think. We want to... okay, there we go. Okay, so we'll... Yeah, so you can record in live. You can also record your parameter locks live. So, like, if we wanted to, you can just hold this down and record in our parameter locks live. Yeah, and I think that's probably a long enough video.
There you go. That is it.
Do you guys think that's Arduino? What's that running on?
Good question. Could be a multitude of different nano-y things. Yeah,
because the synth sounds are decent on it.
Could be the RP2040.
Yeah,
The Raspberry Pi.
There we go.
The mini
Yeah,
one.
it's an RP2040 microcontroller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems to be
Raspberry
very
Pi.
popular at the
Says it
moment.
on his website.
I think
Yeah,
because
Okay.
the speed is really good for running synth engines, and because I think the DACs are a little, because they're built in or something, or they're a little better integrated with the RP2040 than traditional Arduino type original. There's another module that came out this week as well, which is using RP2040 for an entirely different thing, but it just seems to be flavor of the month.
I think a lot of guys are developing on it because it's cheap to get. The acquisition of the actual thing is cheap to get.
Yeah, especially in
I have put a link
Chinese markets,
in the chat to I've just put it for the Aud Calc. There's actually a link to my blog article in there, so you guys can go check it out. There's links to his site that I just showed you before on there, which has the videos and stuff like that. But he does, I'm pretty sure he does have other stuff as well. I just can't find it off the top of my head right now. So if we can revisit it later anyway. I just thought, oh yeah, View Shop, there it is. I found it. No, but it's a whole bunch of weird, looks like he's into Dungeons and Dragons or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, we won't show that. I'm pretty sure I've seen things that he's done before, other stuff. So I'm not sure. Maybe he can chime in and let us know. I did reach out to him. But I thought it actually was quite sensible the way he's implemented it. So I don't know. I know we had to watch 5 minutes of him showing it, but I just thought the way a teenage engineering pocket operator is a little bit not so straightforward as that. I thought that was a lot more straightforward to use.
Well, pocket operator is much simpler because it's a simpler chipset and everything else. But once you master the pocket operator, they're pretty useful. This thing obviously does more, but the problem is he had trouble showing all the details. So,
yeah.
It's a problem. It's always a problem with anything small.
Well, just practice before you do your video, right? I mean, just kind of basic stuff.
I quite like that he's doing this sort of stuff, you know.
Also,
you guys
props
hear that?
for...
Who's dripping?
Yeah, there's some kind of weird noise.
Guys, is that a leak?
It's not like it's raining, is it? No, it's not raining.
I think we might have a leak in the studio. Can you guys hear that dripping sound?
Yeah, it
I
can.
smell setup.
Maybe.
I smell setup.
Oh, there's a leak!
There we go.
There's a leak. It's a leak. That's what it is. Ah, there we go, guys. Teenage Engineering have been sending their products to Japan, and some DJ leaked it during the week and then got in trouble and to take it down. Anyway,
Oh boy.
luckily for us, we caught onto it before it was all taken down, and thanks to Reddit.
Social media.
Thanks to social media. Okay, so I can tell you a little bit about this. In fact, we might actually even be able to just jump onto my website. It may be the easier way to do it, I feel.
Well, that's one way to lose your test privileges, right?
Yeah. All right.
Burn that bridge.
I feel like we'll do it this way. and we'll talk about it this way. So the first thing, obviously, is we can see there's definitely two of the same product here, but there's actually three products that you can see in this photo. There's a Rhythm Supertone. There's two of them. And there's a Ting FX on the left-hand side. What's that? And then there's a mixer in the middle. What's that? So let's talk about it, because I've done some little digging around, and obviously there's been some other people who have helped with the digging around as well. There's been some articles posted already on this. We'll talk about that later anyway. So this actually came from a Japanese DJ shop called Rock On Company, and shout out to those guys. There's links on this article, by the way. You guys can go check it out. I will actually put news 3, news 4 in there. You guys can go click on it and actually watch exactly what I'm talking about right now by clicking on the link when that pops up. Right, first let's talk about the Rhythm Supertone. What I can work out is obviously this is very, very similar form factor to the KO2 and the Medieval that they released in previous years. But what I can see on this thing is this has got this text underneath it which says original layering machine. And if you sleuth the buttons in the middle where the numbers are, you can see there's actually 4 icons, and I've done a little close-up there for you guys so you don't even have to zoom in yourselves. Look at that. So we can see a little drum, we can see a guitar or a bass, and we can see some keys, what looks like keys. And the bottom one could be a record, or it could be a sample or something like that, I feel. So I kind of feel like they're your 4 instruments that you're going to be layering with this, which goes to that name which we saw before, which says original layering machine. So I feel like there's 4 layers. And I can see that there's effects sends, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, little functions that you can see above the keys there. The display actually is interesting too. It shows an array of icons, which obviously will light up if they've been turned on, which is typical Teenage Engineering sort of style, right? I'm not really sure what some of these actually represent. Like there's these weird looking snowflake things, the circles on the right. So I'm not sure what they mean. I guess it'll all explain it and that. But the obvious stuff that we can see is that it's, you've got sound and main and tempo and all that. You guys can see that. So there's some obvious things there. On the back, you can see up the top, there's output, there's input, there's a sync, MIDI, USB and power. There's a speaker as well. Yes, that's obvious. We can see all that. But interesting enough, Rhythm, by the way, the name, which really does say to me this is definitely a TE product. It actually has origins to Jamaican. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'll say patois, because I guess
patois.
Yeah, patois. There you go.
Yeah. Silent S.
Yeah, that's actually, but the Swedish would actually pronounce it rhythm anyway. So it's kind of it's used with electronic music, and Electron have used that term as well in one of their products. Also, we saw this little Ting FX thing. Now, some of these other photos were grabbed by another guy who was actually at this event, so shout out to them. So this looks like definitely an FX module. Obviously, it's called Ting FX. It shows a built-in speaker and 3 knob controls on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side and the photo below, you can see there is some sort of pressor, like a toggle switch. I would guess it would be similar to the way a foot switch would work on a guitar pedal, I'm guessing. So that sort of triangular shaped control on the left. Yeah. And on the bottom, you can see it's got some sort of grey stand, or I don't know if it's even a clip. Maybe it might be a clip.
Belt clip is what it looks like to me.
Could be a clip. So I'm not sure what that is. So I've written all these little notes in here so you guys can have a little plunder around and have a look at it. I've taken some zoomed photos as well for you guys. There's that compact mixer that was in the middle. That's interesting looking because it definitely has the same form factor as the Rhythm that we saw before, but also those other 2 Teenage Engineering products, the KO2 and the Medieval, would actually fit with this as well. Nice little prominent batteries up the top there, which is kind of engineering, rustic industrial sort of look, doesn't it? I like it. It actually looks cool with the grey colour.
Well, it's just Spock operator turned around, right? So they have the batteries in the back.
So. This is kind of obvious. This is a 2-channel mixer, right? And obviously you can see down each channel it has controls of gain, EQ, low, high, mid, Q button, level slider, FX, and to the right we can see small OLED display which shows levels and things like that. But I feel like there's more to that display. Like there's there's functions, and you'll see with it's hard to show on this particular thing unless we we kind of zoom in on
Super
this
zoom,
photo.
yeah.
But you
That's
can
better.
see
It's funny they
here-
call it ting also because ting is a Jamaican grapefruit beverage that's also used as a mixer in cocktails.
Yeah.
So there's the pun, right? So
Where'd my little X go? How do I get out of this? Good on you, Mac. Anyway,
Yeah, it's always fun.
I'll have to work out how to get out of it. But instead, what we'll do is we'll go back to this, and I'll work out how to get out of it. There we go. All right. I can also see on the piss off ads. To the right, we see like there's a mod switch label. Don't know what that is. Minus and plus mod. There's an arrow line that's pointing to this volume button, or a button. That's actually not volume. It's actually a button, which I feel might have some sort of display that will come up in the OLED display, and there'll be some functions based on that, I'm guessing. So there you go. There's the leak, guys. There's a whole bunch of Teenage Engineering products. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have seen this through social media, so it's not like by the time we get to my show, which is one of the things about my show being on a Saturday, you guys have already seen most of the stuff already, but it's good to talk about this stuff. I think it's probably time for Teenage Engineering, if they haven't yet or not, to release this information about these products. Because apparently they've been out for a while in the wild, from what I've heard anyway. The rumors are. Guys, over to you. Thoughts, comments?
Yes, please.
Yeah. What do you like about it, Ian?
I mean, if it's in with the others, with the medieval and the other one, 300. They're 300 quid, aren't they? 350, something like that. So if it's that sort of price, great. I'm not so sure I'm bothered about the little mixer, if I'm honest. A 2-channel mixer. It's a bit sort of DJ-like, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In that respect. Which is not...
it's mixer and effects,
not
right?
my
Isn't it
wheelhouse.
effects also?
It's got effects, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
So if you're going to do a party, which is where we were seen, happy days, really. But
Yeah, A and B.
not
Ian,
necessarily.
if you want to be a selector, you got to get the mixer. So
You think so?
That's right.
Yeah.
be a proper selector. Yeah.
That's not
You
going
got
to
the
happen.
rhythm
is it,
and
really?
you're a selector. We got a whole Jamaican.
Yeah. The Ting thing might be interesting because, like you say, it looks like a clip on the back. I mean, is it also, is that speaker? Have we also got a little microphone in there? Would be my question.
Someone suggested that in chat. There might be a microphone.
Right. Yeah.
Black dot.
But let's face it, they do interesting stuff. Here we are talking about it. It's not out yet,
Mm.
And I am a bit of a fanboy to a point of their stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
same.
Yeah, that'd be good stuff. I still didn't get a KO2 or a spin-off. One of these days I'll get something like that. But
Jason, who I work with, has got a KO2 and he loves it. Thinks it's absolutely brilliant. Uses it all the time when he plays live.
So a lot of people seem to think that ting thing is a mic, but maybe it's a vocoder. Maybe there's a bit
voice
more
transformer of some
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah. Because it said Ting FX, I kind of felt that it might have been some sort of effects thing, and also because of the integration with effects on those two other products there, with the rhythm, it had effects sends on it, and then that obviously the mixer had effects on it as well. It may be indicating that as well, but yeah, could be a mic, could be like a vocoder, could be FX, could be, I don't know, could be AI listening to you, sending all your private information to the enemy. Anyway, not sure. But anyway, the whole thing is that it's a leak, and
I think we can believe it. We can believe it too, Rance, because if you look at the logo of the keyboard on that button, it's not wrong like it would be if it was AI.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's a real one.
Yeah.
Not AI.
I'm just looking at the. Can you just move? Sorry, Daren. Can you just move Daren out of the way, because there's the two rhythms have got a different logo next to the speaker.
Yeah. So I think they're
They do,
stickers.
yeah.
I actually mentioned it
Yeah,
in
I
my
think they
article.
are.
There's a boxing
Oh,
glove,
right. Yeah.
and there's the other thing.
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of some sort of it's some sort of pie chart matrix thing.
Well, boxing glove was like probably related to punch, like the punch filter on the
Yeah.
OP1.
Yeah.
If you imagine that you had two of these, you'd have to put something on to differentiate which one was
You
A and
would,
which one was B.
absolutely. Yeah.
So it makes sense that he put stickers on.
Yeah.
Or she.
Or it could be an AI.
Or whatever you prefer.
I mean, in the end, you could have the KO2, you could have the medieval, and then this, and then you'd actually have three cool sort of fun products to muck around with. I can see those the KO2 and the medieval, they actually sold really well as far as I'm aware.
Oh yeah.
There's quite
And
a lot out
all
there.
three of them would be under £1,000, wouldn't they?
Yeah. They had a
that's-
few. They had a few sort of hardware issues with the KO2. I think
Yeah. Kept
the
breaking
slider
at
on
the beginning.
it kept breaking or something. Yeah. Right. Well, I think that is it, guys, for news for the week. And I think we left the best to last. Wouldn't you guys agree? A bit of a leak. I mean, obviously, that's what the show's been about this week, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's cool.
Academy Award-winning performance.
From yeah, go easy on me. I'm getting old. Anyway,
That's going to make people want to go to the bathroom too. You keep playing that. Excuse me while I. Yeah.
There he goes again.
what about this?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I really need to go to the bathroom now.
No, you're not. It's an FM synth.
That's for the deluge news, right? Is there any deluge news?
It's like it's a myriad of wet farts and drips and at the same time. It's
Too
fantastic.
soon, too much information.
Fantastic. That's what synths are built for. That sort of stuff, guys. Hey, why don't we do the first clue? Did you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you caught it just in time.
Auto repeat is the first clue for our synth quiz. Do with that as you may. Enjoy it.
Now you're gonna get you're gonna get someone who's popped on a fraction later and then go, well, what happened to clue number 2?
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about us, Darren. We can do whatever we want on this show because it's our show. You know.
Oh.
Well, we might as well while we still got it.
We need to confuse people, keep them on the toes.
Yeah, absolutely. I just thought I'd just bring up the chatties to say good day to them while we're here. So a big shout out to all the chatties. Nice to see you guys all there.
It's good turnout.
Yeah. Now, which button is it? I always forget. Is it this one? This is a bit of a thank you to our supporters. I've updated it this week. Bernard Popes, Jake 3D, Keith and Watford, Steve Ward, Andrew Brooks, Maikshifter, Human Error, Robert, Zorb, Kissing Machine, Synth, Conrad, Ian, Rational, Social Fed, Sean, Steve, again, Kent, and Steve again, and Ned. And then we've got some patrons, Geert, Rusty, Jake 3D, Andy, Sean, Eddie, Wagoo, Tien, Andy, and Sean. Good job, guys. Thank you very much. That is one of the ways you guys can support the channel. Obviously, there's other ways you guys can be doing super chats. You got to keep the power on here. This show actually does cost me money to produce each month. I get bills from various certain things to keep things going here. So any support is obviously very, very much appreciated. So do whatever you can. If you can't do any of that, just do this. It's free. Like the stream. Or if you're on Twitch, follow us. Give us a follow. I'll follow you back if that's what we have to do, if we have to beg to get a follow. Anyway, we should get on with the show. We've got a couple of guesses for the synth quiz already. That's good to know. Why don't we do Price Watch? Indeed, it's Price Watch time. It's some interesting stuff. I hope Robbie's watching. Because the first one, hey, what happened there? That's not the right one.
It's last week, wasn't it?
That's last week. Is it going to fix it? Yay! It fixed it. Geez, it cached it or something.
Ha.
There we go. That's the new one. Don't worry, it's correct. We've got a Fairlight Series 3 for sale on Reverb right now for 14,000 US or 21,000 Aussie. This is actually located in the UK, in Ramsgate. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there's actually a lot of Fairlights in the UK, believe it or not. This one was owned by her husband. The lady's name is Sarah, by the way, that has it, Sarah Edwards, and she's looking to sell it. She was kind of asking for advice on what kind of price she should be looking for. I'm not sure how she got to that price, but that's obviously she's got there. Eventually, someone's told her. She said in here, it's a very rare chance to purchase at a musical industry Fairlight Series 3 for restoration, and there's only 300 of these ever made. It's basically part of a synth sampler history that don't come up for sale very often, and were used by people like Kate Bush, Art of Noise, and Pet Shop Boys, etc. Now, she's open to offers, so don't worry about the price. She's probably just popped it up there, but she is open to offers. Now, it did say on the listing that it may be up for renovation or restoration, I think she said. So let's have a pop over to the Reverb listing, and we'll have a bit of a closer look. So have we got the right model? I'm just waiting to see. Definitely does look 80s, right? Yeah, it is a Series 3. There we go. Look at that. With the touchpad. Wow, look at the bromide oranging on that thing. It's great. It's got a manual. That's good. It's always good.
What do I say?
Yeah, how many?
Its entire life in
1, 2, 3.
one smoke-filled studio.
So it's 8 channels. That's actually good. It's got the boards there. That's actually pretty promising. I don't, as a quick look, I can't really tell if there's anything missing on the back there. Obviously there's a screen missing.
Yeah, the mountain.
Right. Obviously there's
Light
a screen
pen.
missing.
And all the bits.
There's a few bits missing
So
on
it's,
that one.
it's about 11 grand, isn't it? There's one sold on Reverb, which had the 2 screens, keyboards, 2 keyboards, a computer keyboard and a playable keyboard, for 17,000. So
She did say make an offer, so let's not worry too much about the price. But
yeah, exactly.
If we are looking at that price, I think this deserves a.
Telling me, dream.
Definitely think it deserves that one.
I think so too. But if she doesn't know, I mean,
she doesn't know. Yeah. So
yeah.
Good luck, Sarah, with it. You
Better start
probably
high than low.
you probably want to
Absolutely.
get someone to actually help you with that. I think that one.
Talk to Robbie.
Yeah.
You should contact Robbie at PSN if she's watching.
Pro Synth Network is PSN. Yeah. All right. I haven't seen Robbie today. Next, we have this.
No.
I got this one just for Andy actually. This is the Bleep.
I have one of those. I built it from a kit.
Thingaboop.
Oh, cool.
Number 2.
Yeah.
This one's on eBay. You can get this one for $349 US, Andy, if you want.
Yeah, they were never that cheap. Even with the kit, it was kind of expensive, but it was fun just to mess around with it. So, if you don't know that eye above the little mouth there, there's a little cyclops, is a cadmium sulfide sensor, and that's a light on a flexible cable thing, and then you can shoot it back to itself, and it does modulations and weird LFO light patterns and stuff. So
yeah, so it's basically
it's a fun noise box.
It's a generative type, move it around, perform.
But it has CV control over. I forgot how crazy it was, but
I don't know if I'd spend $350 on it.
No.
To be fair,
but it's park bench compatible, so there you go.
What's it? Use a 9-volt battery or
Something like that. Mine's buried somewhere. I haven't seen it for years.
Daren, this has an analog and digital mode on it.
Yeah. Oh. It does.
everything should have one of those switches on it.
Oh, that one should be on the
Exactly.
synth. This should be on the synth quiz. Look at that name there.
Look at this. Yeah, look at that.
Ledical.
Ledical. Yeah.
That's it.
Ledical.
Oh,
LED tentacle. No.
I think Scottish
missed an
person said that
opportunity
to me
there.
once. It's a ledical.
Indeed. All right, so that's that. That one's on eBay. By the way, guys, all the links to all these auctions and everything are on the blog article, which has been spammed by the bot in your chat. Sorry about that, but it's doing its thing. It's doing a service. What else have I got? I've got another eBay listing. Wow, my mouse is kind of dodgy at the moment with this computer at the moment. It's kind of weird. Hope it's not going to crash on me. We've got the Elka Rhapsody 610. It's a string synthesizer.
Yeah.
This one is going for $1,500 US. That's actually probably not a bad price, to be fair.
Didn't Jar have one of those also? I remember seeing that listed around.
Well, not eBay. Not sure, Andy. He had just about every synth listed on his albums, as you know.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that one specifically, Elka Rhapsody, is familiar. So.
Yeah. So this is probably listed an eminent Selena type thing in it anyway, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. As you can tell from this, is the violin, cello, strings, piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognise it from the samples because I've got a sample library of this along with the Selena. So didn't like it as much as the Selena.
That guy needs a taller stand, or he's going to get
He's
severe
bad
neck problems.
posture.
Yeah,
He is.
Yeah,
He's
got
going to
back
back
problems
when he gets
there.
older.
Curvature of the spine coming there.
but see, the thing is, guys, in the 70s, no one gave a shit, and there's your proof. There's your proof, right? Even the brochures, marketing brochures.
Yeah, exactly. Good posture. Who cares? Sponsored
Anyway,
by...
He's
$1,500
really
US.
feeling it. His posture is terrible, so he's really into it. No, he's
Yeah.
That one is in Virginia, by the way, Andy. I know you're probably not interested in that yourself, but
No.
Yeah. And there is one more because I'm nice. I like to do 4 or more. There's the 4th Analog Systems French Connection, and this is a 3,000 US. That's Australian dollars. You can see there, but 3,000 US. This one's in LA, by the way. This is it's an interesting thing. This is it's based
this
upon
is on Martineau thing, right?
Yeah, Ondas Martineau.
Ondas Martineau.
Yeah.
Oh, Ondas. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically a performance controller, and it gives you CV gates and trigger outputs. So this really doesn't play any noise, right? It's basically just a CV controller thing. Now, I have actually seen these things, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
They're very cool.
Yeah, you put your finger in the little ring, right? And you move it up and down the wire.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Yeah,
there's all your
ring's
CV.
there, yeah.
There's all your CV connections there as well. But this sort of thing would be pretty handy, I reckon.
How much was it, Ranz?
That's like that thing you've got, Daren. That pedal thing that you've got.
The you mean the touche?
The touche, yeah. On the right, not the
okay.
joystick,
Yeah.
but the thing on the right.
Yeah, the little brown thing in the middle.
What did you say, Ian? How much was that? 3,000 US.
How much is it?
3,000
3,000 US. It's a bit pricey because you can get one new. I think it's new. Signal Sounds have got one for 3,250.
Okay.
Well, not only Analog Solution stuff is cheap, or Analog Systems. Whatever.
No, exactly. But I mean, they. Who do I know has got one? I know somebody's got one. Ian Body's got one. Yeah, he swears by it. Says they're great.
The ring thing has just got me like mesmerised. That whole.
Well,
like,
that is on the
finger in there.
original Ons. Yeah, it's
so
on the original
it actually-
Ons Martineau.
Yeah.
So it actually physically slides, doesn't it? So the
Yeah.
strings
Yeah.
are attached around a pulley at either end, and then that's
Yep.
attached to a potentiometer or a gearing system of some kind.
Yeah, they didn't have a ribbon
Possibly.
at that time. So
What are those little dimples underneath? Are they some sort of
It's
electronic?
Isn't that for hitting the actual note?
Probably
So
a
that's
reference
where
like a
you-
guitar neck,
So
right?
do you stick your finger onto
Yeah,
the
kind of. It's
onto
kind of
the
like
dimple?
a fret. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you push it onto
Apparently
the dimple, and then you know you've hit the note. Yeah, as opposed to in
Yeah, they
between.
take quite a bit to learn to play properly.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool, and I think
I like it too.
I think 3,000's too much for me to buy one, but I think someone should remake it and make it more affordable.
Well, at least to give you the reference points, because the Tannerin used on Good Vibrations, which is a similar idea. It's just a theremin with a ribbon bass.
Yeah.
Same thing. You kind of have to be an expert at playing it, because otherwise you'll be way out of pitch. So,
Oh, that we just buy
the Aud
Hydrosynth.
Martino is available. The company, I think, they are actually being made. There are Aud Martinos.
there are a bunch of companies
as
doing
there
similar
were-
ones too.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of the one that's popular. There was a popular one for this a couple of years.
yeah. They're always really expensive, you know.
Yep.
So
There we go. So, guys, what would you buy? Fairlight,
Fairbox, that's the one.
Bleep Labs, Thingam, whatever it's called, the Rhapsody 610 from Elka, or the
this
controller,
French Connection every
French
time,
Connection,
The controller, probably.
definitely.
the FC
Yeah,
UK.
the controller's cool.
That's what I was thinking. Too.
FC UK, yeah.
And then I'd probably take the thingy bob out for the park bench.
The Thingamy Bob.
That's actually a clothing brand too, FC UK. So
That's why I said it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
Right. Well, why don't we do the third clue of the quiz? I'm kind of getting predictable with these quizzes. All right, let's do that. This should give it away. If it doesn't, I will get very angry with everybody.
Well, you say that every
Oh,
week.
Wagyu's got it now. He's got it.
There's the third clue.
And we all sit there blank faced.
Oh,
Wagyu,
Is it the
control
DW
yourself.
8000?
No, it's not in.
Oh, I've got to ask, haven't I?
Okay.
It's the Rhapsody. No, it isn't.
You guys are like, what's in that madman's head? What is he doing? The last clue should give it away. You guys should know that thing. That is literally like one of the most famous things on a synthesizer.
for sure.
Good on you, Marky. Marky's just put £10 through. Good on you, buds.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate that. Keeping the lights on. That definitely helps. Might cost a little bit more than £10 though, but it goes towards it. You don't have to do that, Marky. Don't worry. Anyone else want to put a guess in for the synth quiz? So far, it's just Wagyu. Is this? Should we rename the synth quiz to Wagyu's synth quiz?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's in the ballpark. There are only a couple of machines that had that in it, so I'm sure someone named the other one.
Marky is the dude. CM, you're right, mate. He's a legend. Okay, what I think we'll do is we'll put everyone out of their misery because you guys pretty much know. Yeah, Bicky did guess Pro 1, but he's wrong. It is the ARP Odyssey. You guys are correct. That is the correct answer. I mean, I did an easy one this week. So yeah, if you're thinking,
didn't the 2600 key
buy-
bed also have proportional pitch on it? On the 2600 key bed?
probably, but the ARP Odyssey is famous for that squishy one.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I have because I have the Carp Odyssey. So
Yeah. So it's very, very famous for it. Yeah. So you had the
You think we should ban Wagyu from entering each week?
no, he loves it. It's it's actually he actually told me, I don't know if he's like pissing up my ass or whatever, but he told me that he likes that part of the show. So yeah.
well, until you do like
Well
an
done,
unfair
Also-
terminology thing. So
It's a two-tier competition. You see, it's to guess the synth and to guess it before Wagyu does.
Yeah. Should
Yeah,
beat
exactly,
Wagyu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a
and the
race.
only week I should have won, I didn't put it in, and Wagyu wasn't here.
I know. You see,
But I'm not bitter.
I mean, the second clue was
Damn.
probably another dead giveaway. That was the second clue. The sharp pad.
Oh,
That
is
was the first
ha-
clue,
I
though.
didn't pick
was
up
the
that the
first
hash
clue.
was
It was
part
the
of
first clue, but the second clue. Yes.
hash was
Hey,
part of it,
Darren, it was an N, as in mathematical for a number, clue. if you're making that Cerebellum Eurorack module. Did you see that thing in the description? It was something about. It made me laugh. I've got to get it back up again. There was a thing in the description about that Cerebellum. Yeah, here it is. Here, it's got dividers, binary, which is / or times 2 to the power of n. That's how they described it. It's correct. Wow. I mean, it's correct. But yeah,
kind of unnecessary. Yeah.
It's kind of like, are we back in year 12 again? Are we?
Yes. But you see, anyone who's just tuned in the last 5 minutes is just going to go, what?
Well, at least it wasn't something mystical like the power of now or something like that. So
yeah, some guys get a bit sort of carried away with that stuff, don't they, Andy?
Yeah, exactly.
They get the crystals out, and you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess that
put the
that,
dolphin signs
Cerebellum,
on.
if you could rebrand it, change all the lettering, and it could be like a lining of chakras or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it could be. You mentioned it, crystallography or something. I've been
thinking about very Glastonbury now.
Been thinking about putting some dream catchers out in the room.
Give one of those bull roars. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get a score update on the Premier League.
Ooh,
and
like
Liverpool beat Everton 2-1. Well done, Liverpool. Good on you.
Oh. Also.
It's football. Who cares?
Oh,
sorry.
You can.
So all those football fans out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but Ranzee's like just jumping around the room now in his mind.
Yeah.
I actually watched the first half before the show came on, and then I spent an hour setting the show up. So I can tell you that the 2 goals that Liverpool got, I saw them both. They obviously didn't score anything in the second half.
Yeah.
Typical soccer, a football game, isn't it? Like you know, the ones I don't like watching are the 0-0 games. They are absolutely painful to watch, those games, and they do happen quite a
0-0. You can tell that's not 0-0
or 0-0. Yeah.
Nil.
Or if you're from a different country, Daren, 0-0.
Well, yeah.
Oh yes, I've just got a scam email. I love these things. I'm getting heaps of these actually because I'm a YouTube. Anyone who's got a YouTube channel gets these things.
Yeah.
This one's from Road.
A week.
This one's from Road. It's
I've had that one.
Yeah,
I've had that one.
This one's from Road. By the way, the email address is. Actually, I've got a
somewhere in
screenshot
Italy,
this.
probably.
This is hilarious. I'm
It's
going
got a complete garbage email
time
addresses.
for your weekly consumer advice.
Yeah.
Well, if it helps you guys, you know, if it helps you.
Yeah.
All right, let's screenshot this baby.
I get so many of them. I think my Gmail account is filtering them out.
Oh yeah. All right.
They do get them. They do come through occasionally.
Yeah.
It's like, oh come on.
All right, I've screenshotted it because I want to teach people to not trust about emails, okay?
Yeah.
Especially the older people like my mum. God, she's terrible. She doesn't watch this show though, because she doesn't know about it. Anyway, there we go. This is the email that I just got. Look at the email. Road is not even done properly in the.
No.
So if you look where it's got the email address, it says Road. And then it's got that's Road.
Not suspicious at all, is it?
Yeah.
No.
So yeah,
I think I did get this one.
Yeah, I've had.
I got this.
I've had it. I've had.
They usually insert. They can
sorts.
sometimes insert a different. They insert a different product or a different company, but it's the same form.
But the actual email doesn't have any links on it. Nothing. It's purely what they want you to do is they want you to catch you at a bad moment where you go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll reply to that. Yeah, I'm interested, and then bang, once you've replied,
that's it.
Yeah. By the way, that's
put
just
on the
been
radar.
that one's just been deleted.
It's literally fishing without attendance. It's like setting up a whole lot of fishing lines going around and then coming back and seeing which one's been pulled out.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, let's follow that one up.
It is funny they spell it that way though, because Rode is an Australian brand, right? But then they use the O with the line through it,
which is the Celtic way of doing it. Yeah.
Well, it's like Swedish, isn't it? Not Swedish.
Well, Celtic, yeah. So Scandinavian all that part of the world. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to. It's not, I get scam calls. You guys get scam calls. We get scam emails. I've even had scam physical mail turn up in the letterbox.
Yeah,
which was interesting.
Yeah, if you run a business and you have to register your business in Australia, you get a lot around business ABN number registration time. You get a lot of companies emailing you saying you need to register your business, otherwise it's not going to be you're going to be illegal. And most of them are private companies trying to fleece you out of something which you can do with the standard government service for free. Well, it's not for free, but it's they don't charge anything.
Yeah, but the expedited for you would be so much better if they do it for you.
Yeah, they used to have more money to spend too, because they used to have color printing and their letters and stuff like that.
I mean, I could probably teach my email to literally drop those, but the way I tend to operate with, because I work in the IT industry and my background's computer science, if you guys didn't know that, but I would prefer to not have a computer program algorithm hide all this stuff from me, and you just never know whether it's doing the right thing or not. I would actually prefer to sort of take control of it myself. I have Windows 10 here, and I've never had a virus on this computer ever. So, and I know I don't, because I know how to look for them. I know how to check in memory. I know how to check in BIOS. I know how to check on the operating system as well. I don't even have malware on here. So, but general rule, like if you guys would sort of toe this back into sort of synthesizer talk, right? I know there's a heap of guys out there who use cracked software because I don't blame you, because it's expensive to get DAW.
Well, just go to porn sites. I mean, it doesn't take much to get junk on your computer. So
yeah. So, the first thing I would suggest, if you guys have got viruses, but Windows is the one where you're going to get viruses mainly anyway. But if you've got viruses,
Mac's a typhoid Mary though. So if you're going to be sketchy on your Mac, don't spread it to other people. Get some protection, right? Because it's typhoid Mary a lot of times.
Yeah. But I feel like the most common place to get it is from sort of downloads, right? So don't just trust downloads. You've
try to check the MD5 hashes and stuff like that. Always try to check them.
And even
still, don't
trust
GitHub as well.
GitHub, don't trust GitHub.
The malware programs will block keygens just by default, even if they're clean. They just don't like them. So
and it's like, if I get an email from a company that I deal with, like PayPal. Actually, I've had one this week from Companies House. Now, Companies House is who you register a UK business with. So, and if there's links in the email, I never click on the links. I always go through my usual. Go to the website and check. I mean, actually, the Companies House thing in the UK, we do have to personally register now. As of, I think you've got until next month to do it. It was a pain in the ass, absolute pain in the ass. I had to download a little app to do it, but it was legit, because somebody has to be responsible for that company. It's not enough to say you're a director, But
yeah. But I even still, just all I'm saying is just be careful out there. Like, one of the things you don't want to have to happen is that you're working on your actual, say you got a Mac or something, or a Windows PC, and you're working on it, and then you've got infected somehow, and they've taken over your machine, and then they're sending you ransom things. And I've heard of guys that have gone through this, and they've lost all of their music stuff, lost it all.
There've been entire companies that have lost their stuff from ransomware. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's crazy.
Yeah. So when you're thinking
backups
about
as well.
Personally, with me, I've never ever used for music ever crack software. Never, not once. If I can't afford to get it, I just won't have it. That's my rule. There's nothing ever big enough for me to have that I have to go and get a cracked piece of software to have. So I just won't do it.
Well, there goes my whole college experience.
Yeah, well, I actually, when I did my masters, I had to use crack software because I literally couldn't afford it.
Oh, I've used it in the past, Ian.
Yeah.
I'm
Now
talking,
I don't.
I'm talking
for-
about in
yeah.
the last probably 20 years. I haven't used it in the last 20
Yeah, I mean,
years.
I think, I would say the last 15 years, I've never had crops.
Also, I've had companies go belly up before I had a chance to unlock the code that I bought. I was just tucked away for like 2 years. I forgot to do it. The only way I could use the stuff I paid for was to crack it, because the company doesn't exist anymore to give me the key gen.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's there's actually a term for that.
Well, it's abandonware is the name of the software, but I mean, it's the key gen part is the tough because they have the challenge response, and there's no way to do a challenge response anymore. They don't exist.
Something.
I was going to say ethical cracking. I don't think it's the right term, but there is a term actually where you can actually, if you were to go in front of a judge, you could say, look,
Sure,
here's my receipt. I own the software. The company is
it doesn't
preventing me
matter.
from getting in.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what method you use to use your software.
they say, but it's software. You never truly own it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the
there's
license, the license to use it, right? I own the license to use it.
Yeah.
Would probably be a better way of saying it. But hey, look, if you guys like to roll that way, you like to sort of piss in the wind, sail on the edge of the ice wall down in Antarctica, whatever you like to do, go that way.
Ice wall.
If you think the Earth is flat, go that way as well.
Well, the government won't let you down there. That's the problem. You cannot go to Antarctica. They won't let you near it. So.
Governments always let you down.
Yeah.
I mean, look, in the old days, I think in the 90s, I probably cracked a few pieces of software, but we're not talking about ever. I'm talking about just in more recent times, in the last 20 years probably.
I had Ableton. Ableton was the last piece of crack software I had. I had Ableton 8 or 9 with Max for Live.
Never had to crack
cracked.
Ableton because I've always had one of those light licenses hanging off a piece of gear.
I've got Light now actually. Yeah.
And they give you with the light, they give you eight channels. It's actually pretty substantial.
It's decent.
I mean, I do miss. I do miss not having Max for Live, if I'm honest. From that,
I can't.
So I've got Max MSP, but I mean, I
software developer.
I don't use it enough now. Able to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now that we've talked about cracks and leaks and
we covered all of the
I think
fringes.
we've just about talked about everything a plumber does. Shows his crack and fixes leaks.
So does that mean that'll be $80 then?
Yeah. $800 like it.
Yeah.
Well, that was for the call out. For the conversation, it's another 800. Yeah.
There we go. Now next Saturday, what's happening next Saturday? I'm pretty sure I should be able to do a show. Pretty sure I should be able to do a show.
Raw show on something.
Yeah, I'll be working.
I'm
at
Raw show.
I'm at Gear Fest, not Gear Fest. I'm at Machinery Bristolica next Saturday.
Should still be able to do it. It just depends on what time I finish. That's all. So we might have to adjust the start time. If not, I just won't do a show. But
a bit late, yeah.
What's next Saturday's date? It's the 27th. Okay, cool. Day after my birthday. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything else. I'm out with everything I've done for the show this week. So if you guys want to add anything, can muck around for 10 minutes. We could hit the
you
Saturday
get yourself a new
Sonority.
toy for your birthday.
Why don't we do this first, and then we'll come back on the other side. Quick play. I hope so, Andy. To answer your question, I hope so. There's a few things I need that aren't synth related though.
You're looking at synth-wise. What's your next thing you're targeting?
Not sure is the answer there. I'm not sure.
So you're satisfied then. If you can't just name it like that, you're already set. So.
Well, probably, but I don't think you're ever set. But where I'm at the moment is I'm creating at the moment, so I'm using my gear.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at the moment, and I'm actually having an enormous amount of fun with what I've got here, and I've got a shitload of stuff. So
yeah,
we all do. So that's the way it goes.
I mean, I'm never going to say no to new gear. Don't worry about that. But I'm just not sure.
At some point, something will come away. There's nothing that's sparking out at the moment, is there? Nothing that's like, oh yes.
Nothing's sparking out. I mean, actually, to be honest with you,
there are lots of sucks of the salve all over the place, right?
Well, where my brain has been going, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, where my brain's been going lately, it's been going more on the, I wouldn't mind actually, making something myself.
Building.
That does some things a certain way that I used to get frustrated because nothing's ever done it this particular way. And it might be completely selfish, but I just kind of feel like, where I'm sort of heading down is down the sample player rate route. I feel like the sample players that are out there on the market never have done it exactly how I wanted them to do it. In a combination of things. So you get, if you look at the market, it's
that's where
saturated.
some of the iOS apps come in. They're really good for sampling.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a piece of hardware, right? So
no, I get it.
Yeah,
but in lieu of that, you have some alternatives. So.
Well, the thing is, Andy, that no doubt the thing will start off as a software idea, right, and then it will end up in a piece of hardware. That's usually how it works. But I just feel like and you guys might be the opposite. You might think, well, just an MPC should do you, or I don't know, Deluge or something like that.
I know there's certain things you just can't do. Like I was really pissed Microsampler came out, and it didn't have modern sampling. It just had classic speed controlled sampling. So everything was either all fucked up when you played it back, right?
Yeah.
I want clean samples at every stage. I don't want things stretched and tweaked unless I really want those old school sounds. So way too many things still use classic sampling. I want the modern sampling. So there's an app on the iPad which is amazing. It's actually made by Jordan Rudess, and it has granular, modern sampling, and classic sampling. You just choose at will what you want to use on anything you have, and you just instant in the mode you want to be in. You can't beat it. So
I kind of feel the one that got the closest to me liking the way it worked was the Teenage Engineering OP1. I felt like that was the closest one that got nearly all the boxes ticked, but then it let me down on the sample rate. It let me down on some of the features that you could do with samples.
The backups are hard to do. It's just a pain to tweak some of that stuff.
The I/O was a pain. There was a bit of that sort of stuff, and so eventually you kind of just get frustrated with it. But the actual itself, the ability of the machine on its own as a standalone was pretty good. I don't know. I might be just frustrated with some of the gear I've got, and I might completely be barking up the wrong tree here. But I don't know. I just feel like if you look at a Fairlight, we looked at the Fairlight before today, right? The Fairlight did things in a way that I kind of feel. If you're looking at what people were able to achieve with the Fairlight, not necessarily the way it got you to use it, does that make sense? So as a user and having to program it, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you could achieve with it. In that sense, I feel like even the modern samplers today still don't tick all the boxes a Fairlight had.
In what way?
But ask most people who own a Fairlight, do they ever make anything on the Fairlight? Not really. They just there's no nostalgia for it. But it was laborious. I mean, I've watched videos of how people made stuff on it, and the output was no doubt amazing. Peter Gabriel stuff on there, and Sakamoto, and even Stuart Copeland stuff on the Fairlight was pretty cool. But it's a lot of damn work,
Oh, it was. And it was an amazing amount of programming. The Pet Shop Boys were big on the Fairlight and the programming of it, and they actually got they actually got hired to program for other people.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to mention.
Well, like that Jazalik guy
yeah.
from Illinois, he was like hiring his out all over the place.
Trevor Horn.
I guess it was.
Yeah.
It was Trevor Horns, but Jazalik was the guy who did all the, all the shit about it.
Yeah, JJ,
So,
yeah. But the thing, like, I kind of feel like the thing I'm talking about is more to do with, like, for example, with the sample track, right, from Sonicware. It just didn't tick all the boxes for me. The Polyand tracker, it's not really a proper. It's probably not fair to sort of throw that one in there, but it doesn't do certain things that it should do, that you can do on an Amiga, Commodore Amiga back in the 1990s. Because it's limited in terms of what they allow you to do in the hardware.
I gotta say, context on the Machina Plus is quite good. I mean, it's still using a computer per se.
Yeah.
But its sampling features are quite nice and easy to wrangle. So.
Yeah. I didn't mind. I used to have a Machina Studio, so I know very, very well the Machina architecture and the way it works. And the Machina Studio, the controller on that thing was huge. It had 2 screens.
It was a big box. I remember seeing those.
Yeah. It was cool, and it would work, no doubt, very, very similar to how your Machina Plus works, Andy. The only difference being you'd need to plug it into a laptop, and you're doing everything on the laptop. So it was probably more capable in that sense because your laptop's powering it as such, as opposed to
and you had more quick access instead of having to go through macros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was obviously a little more easy with a mouse. But I don't know. One of the funny things I discovered in this Inky Jam thing I just made before traveling, I haven't used my modular for like 8 months or more. So not only to forget about it, it's just stuff I want to do with it, but I realized, man, do I need to buy more quantizers? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Quantizers are so damn important. And I got some sour notes in there. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, the distings are good.
I have one of those. Yeah, I have one of those, but I need one many.
Just they're so cheap used. You can pick them up used. Yeah. There's heap
I
of them
have
out
that,
there.
and I have the 2 HP quantizer. But I need to get more. I need probably 5 or 6 quantizers. So.
The price that I've been getting I've got 2 Distings now, Disting EX4s, Mark 4s. I got both of them used, and both of them were cheaper than buying a quantizer from like Dopefer or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, it's a no-brainer because you get the Disting and you've got all the algorithms that it also can do on the,
See, people saying use a tuner in the chat. You can't do that with eurorack. It's the pitch varies every time you hit a note. You have to hard quantize it.
Yeah.
It's not every module is built to be rock steady. Even some of the good ones. I have a really nice tip-top audio oscillator, and without a quantizer, it's all over the map.
Yeah, you've talked about that before too. I think, to be honest, Andy, I think you might actually be better off getting yourself some digital oscillators, right?
Yeah, so I'll see.
I have a couple, but I mean they're the ones I want to use that have other features that are cool, that have too much drift, so they need to be locked in somehow. So
so the root.
And also sometimes I have the room cool because I want to be comfortable, and that obviously messes with the tuning, right? Because they're analog oscillators.
It depends on the oscillator. Like some oscillators are stable too. Once you tune them, they stay tuned. Like the 2500 modules from Behringer are completely rock solid.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They'll stay tuned.
Well, I mean, ARP was one of his signature things, right? Is really stable tuning.
Yeah, fixed them.
That's something Mo couldn't do as well back then. So
I know exactly what you mean. I kind of feel like the modules that really kind of should exist in a way. If you're making an analog oscillator and you know that thing's going to drift, it should have, I feel, a built-in quantizer in the module.
With the option to turn it off, but obviously have it built in to make it easier.
Yeah.
But it's not just a straight quantizer. I mean, you're talking about also its root pitch drifting. Yeah. So you need both quantizing and tuning as such.
They're an auto-tune.
Things.
Yeah, an auto-tune thing.
Yeah. A retuner. Because I mean,
like I know the ones from. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say there's a lot of focus on traditional methods of temperature calibration. anti-drift in analog oscillators, but there's not a lot of brute force style approaches. I mean, we've got individual modules that do it. You know, you plug in your square wave out of your oscillator, and I'll keep on adjusting the tuning going into it until it gives me a proper C0. But no one's really put them in an analog oscillator, because it's kind of like those, oh no, that's not the way you do analog. You should do it using temperature calibration, and no, just brute force it. Don't try to make the oscillator non-drifty. Just force it to stay in. Yeah, lock it. Yeah. It's a different approach.
IntelliJo, one of their oscillators, I know it's kind of plain. It's not a really character-filled oscillator, but it has an octave switcher as well. So not only is it locking the tuning very well, but it gives you a quick and dirty up and down 2 or 3 octaves.
Oh yeah,
knob,
that's
really
always
nice.
useful.
That's what Tats did at Korg, like with the mini log. He put that tuning thing in the mini log, right? And because the mini log goes out of tune, so every now and then you have to go into the menu function and tune it. And I actually think like I would buy the pants out of Korg if they went into Eurorack. Seriously, that would be. They need to enter that market. They would make some cool shit like the SQ.
Because Kent said some of that auto tune stuff in the old days would be like a Fisher Price button. You would push it, it didn't do anything.
Or I mean, even the tuning the sub takes.
But look, think about all those analog Volcas that they made, right? They could turn them into Eurorack modules. They could turn the mini log into a whole bunch of separate, mini. You have VCO, VCF, VCA.
They've gotten so close to doing it. It almost feels like there's someone or something standing in their way.
Someone's stopping them from doing it, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, this is their line, we shall not cross.
Yeah.
You shall not pass.
Well, speaking of Korg, I want to see that little electroacoustic thing come out. Is that officially out? They keep showing it at...
no, it was
in Berlin. Showed it in Berlin.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't officially released. They did say that they are planning on releasing it this year. That's what they said at that show. But
that'd be great. I want to see that thing.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I think they had some development issues with it, though, didn't they? There was some things that hadn't quite finished on it, if I remember last time we saw it at Super Booth.
And it's very much coming out of Korg Berlin, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's their project. It's not Korg Japan by any stretch of the imagination.
But that's the thing. If Korg Germany, right, Korg Berlin, if they did the Eurorack stuff and not Japan, I feel that would be completely fine.
Well, the closest they got, I don't know. There was a time we were still a dealer, so they did these boxes. They weren't Eurorack, but there were these little boxes from this Japanese company, and they just didn't sell.
Yeah,
nobody bought them. And they weren't Eurorack, but they were sort of. It was like
you talk about the Rion drift box.
The Rion drift boxes, exactly. That was it. I thought they were really cool. We were all set to stock them.
That company still exists in Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was trying to go to a synth store in Japan before we left. There was no time, but there's a local store that carried Rion stuff. I want to try it out.
Rion stuff's really good, and just didn't work for him.
I'm pretty sure I've got one of the Japanese ladies on my Facebook friend list from Rion. I'm pretty sure she's on there.
Yeah.
I've reached out to her a few times, but her English is non-existent, so it's kind of like if we talk, it's got to be through Google Translate type thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get Wagu to help. He knows Japanese.
Yeah. He'd probably charge me.
Well, you got to do a couple of jelly wrestling for him. Little exhibition. You'll be okay. So.
Yeah.
The next 100 synth quiz answers. Go.
Is the Korg drum log getting any good? I have to say I quite liked the drum log, but
I
not
did
enough to own one.
I did too. I thought I was very close to hitting the buy button.
I played it quite a bit. Yeah.
I didn't like how it was all buried. Like there's a lot of weird custom functions to make everything.
Well,
work
that's
small.
Korg. I mean, that's the thing that drives me crackers about all the Korg stuff that I've got. It's all menu
small stuff, especially
driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for the Kronos. It's the same for the. What else have I got? I've got loads of them.
You know what though? It's the drum log. It does have the buried stuff, but to do 90% of what that thing does, you don't have to go into the buried stuff.
No,
So that's Korg as well.
It's that particular Synth Fest one year when it first came out, before they actually were in the shops. I spent a good 20 minutes just playing with it and had a really great time with it. You know.
I always talk about the SQ64 because a lot of people bash that. Mine's just sitting here, but I purposely bought one. Got it cheap. Got it on one of those. I think I bought it from the US at the time when we could actually get stuff from the US.
I think you did.
And I sat there. I learned how to use it, and then thinking to myself, okay, I'll give this thing a go, and if it comes back to me and it actually makes sense, I'll keep it, and if it doesn't, I'll just move it on. And I've kept it because it actually is really good, and it's worth putting in the time to it, because actually it's different to the BeatStep Pro. It's different to other sequences, but it's actually very kind of intelligent the way they've done it. And I think
I successfully did a hardware jam with it, but I didn't remember the functions. It's like Electron. If you don't stay with it, some of those weird chord combinations, the button combinations, you forget them too easily.
So, I've got the SQ1, but I don't really use it.
SQ1's great.
Yeah.
SQ1 is so simple. That's the thing.
It's a keyboard mode too, so you can play it like a keyboard.
Yeah, it's just so simple. But that's, like I said, that's dying to be a eurorack module, that thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like, if Korg aren't going to do it, then I don't know. Chris, should we get busy?
Well, look,
how about?
I mean, Roland makes some cool stuff. Surprising, like they made the Korg made the Volcas, then the Roland made the Rolkas. So I mean, they kind of play in the same area sometimes. So.
I think that Tonewerk from Electron is heading, like I was talking about the samplers. Yeah, it's heading in the right direction to what I was talking about. And then when we launched it last week, I gave it a list of things that they hadn't quite done. And I've actually heard a lot of people talking about it after my show, and a lot of people are saying they're actually like probably taking it a bit too far, to be honest. I feel like it's a bit rough to say it, but they feel like it's an unfinished product, and I don't kind of agree with that. But
is the sampling just a Dig-Attack 2, or what is the sampling like?
No, it's the sampling has two kind of new things that the Dig-Attack doesn't have. The multi-sampler, which is a thing that the Dig-Attack doesn't have, and it has the sub-tracks, which the Dig-Attack doesn't have. So there's kind of it does the Dig-Attack single sampling, of course, but it also has the multi-sampler, the chromatic thing, the auto sample, all that's built into it, and then it does the sub-tracks, which is basically you select a track and then you can have on each of the keys a separate sample, and they can traditionally how that a sampler would do it is they would have like a sample file, and then you would slice that up, and then you would pad that
like the OP1 does,
like the OP1 does. But this is actually just completely different samples across all the keys. You can choose whatever you want, and you save them as kits, I think you call it, but presets, to use a generic term. And to me, that was kind of ingenious, because that's, it's not unheard of, but it's actually more flexible when you think about it, because you aren't having to like put together this, you haven't got to go and prepare your sample and slice it up, you know what I mean? You can actually just go, right, I'm going to load that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, bang, that's my kit, that's my subtrack, done. And for me, it's more workflow friendly in that sense, and I kind of thought, wow, that's brilliant, I like that. MPCs do that, by the way. So MPCs, you can do that. But only on the new MPCs, not on the older ones, unless you've got the JJ firmware.
Well, speaking of hardware samples, have you looked at Sample or the assimilator from Rossum?
Okay, see,
Sample supposed to be excellent samplers.
Sample is very basic in the sense that it's 44K. It's limited in its voicing and very, very limited in how you can manipulate the samples in that sense. But excellent for CV controls. It wins down, hands down, for simplicity and that sort of configuration side. So ALM, and that guy from ALM, he's an absolute genius when it comes to programming, right? The Rossum one is bonkers. The assimilator.
Yeah,
That thing
that's
is
really powerful, right?
Yeah, that is bonkers.
It's like all the Emacs stuff and way more in a little module. So
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome. Right.
And they are
Just
they
expensive.
Fetch
you know,
very
it's just-
expensive. They fetch a pretty penny.
Yeah.
You can still buy them new from him too. So yeah, the only reason why I haven't got one, Andy, is because I can't afford one. They're just out of my budget.
Yeah.
Mate.
But I would imagine that's going to be one of the best ones you can get because he knows his shit. I mean, he's been doing samples since early 80s. So
I think there's a maximum that I'll spend on a module. I kind of thought about this the other day.
Yeah.
There's a maximum dollar that
same.
I will spend on a module, because then I think to myself, hang on a minute, I can go and buy a friggin' keyboard or something, you know.
Yeah.
I can buy a car. No, just kidding. But are you guys the same? Do you guys, you know, you don't have, this doesn't have to be a question about modular. This can be a question about just, you know,
Well,
let's say desktop synths
modular
Versus keyboard synths.
Yeah.
Possibly.
If you're looking at a desktop
maximum-
synth, would you stop at a certain price and go, hang on a minute, this is getting stupid. I might
the
as well
most I ever
buy
spent on synth, new or used, was like $2,200. That's it. I've never gotten a fancy one.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the most
Something
I
like
spent
vintage
was
too expensive.
Most expensive
I suppose
synth I
the most
bought
I
was the
spent
Moog.
was a Kronos, but it's it's a workstation. Just a synth, it would be probably the original Hydrosynth, because that was when I bought it. That was £1,700. It came down a bit since then, but
Yeah, I got a steal on the Hydrosynth. Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Let me see if I can just flag that. There's a comment in chat that I thought was interesting.
Got lucky too because the Osmos I got it when it was cheap, and I got some other stuff when it was cheap.
All right, wait 15 seconds. Yeah, I kind of feel like when I mentioned that thing before about there's a maximum that I will pay for a eurorack module, I then thought to myself, well, there's a maximum that I would pay for a desktop synth, and then I would go, hang on a minute, I might as well just get a keyboard synth that does more.
Yeah.
So I think that theory does spread out into different boxes and things and samplers.
Yeah.
Also in there as well.
The keyboard bit, I'd be a bit thingy because there's room for the keyboard. So sometimes a desktop synth, even if it's slightly, you think you could buy a keyboard version, which is slightly better.
I think I'd have to get rid of a
I'd pay
keyboard.
that little extra for the desktop. Yeah, I'd have to get rid
Or
of
how
the
just
keyboard.
the module with
that's-
pads, because now you have poly aftertouch pads, which is pretty powerful. So
Yeah, in fact, I've got
I'm
my
with Daren
friend's Hydrosynth module, which I would probably buy it off him actually if he wants to sell it. It's great,
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's easier to carry around if I want to go and do a gig or an EMOM. Yeah, I don't.
You just
I'd
have
say
to remember
carry
you're
that
missing
around.
some knobs, so everything's like
Yeah,
layered now. So
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Some
It
use
works
just
well
one
with the
compromises.
with the little instrument. It does work well with the little instrument.
I just wanted to pick up on this comment that came in the chat, and it's not picking on Donald Duck. I love the icon, by the way. It's awesome. He said in there, he goes, it's actually a couple of comments he wrote in a couple of lines, but this one he said, MPC, big screen, but not enough knobs. And one of the things, I hear this a lot with people that don't own them. I'm not sure if Donald Duck owns them or not. But I do hear this a lot, and I'm not actually defending the MPC here, but it's more just I know the MPC, and it actually, as a unit, doesn't have enough knobs on it. You're absolutely correct. But the whole thing, the whole purpose of the latest MPC is that you can plug something in the back, USB and Mac.
It's got peripherals.
If you need knobs, not everyone needs knobs, right? This is the point.
same with
So
the
that-
Force, even though it has a lot of knobs. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can.
Yeah,
you can,
on the Force for Live, I'm banging lots of knobs and sliders from out, especially in the latest incarnation. MIDI fighter twister, MIDI mixer, that Skink 32, a lot went out. All MIDI. So, and I don't even touch the knobs on the Force, to be honest.
Yeah, the cool thing about being able to plug in peripherals with knobs into machines is that, even when they break down, you can get another one. You don't have to get a whole new machine, or you'd have to pull your machine apart to fix its encoders. So I do dig the whole sort of being able to plug USB devices into your sampler workstation.
How about that Enjoy joystick from my Machina Plus? And I now have a joystick controller on the Machina Plus. So
is that enough knobs for you?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So the thing is, like,
MPC.
I don't need to have this connected to my MPC, but if I needed knobs, I would connect it up via USB at the side here, and then map. You just twiddle that, map it, because it sends out CC, and you map it to your MPC, and you say, right, I want that to adjust the filter, or I want that to. And Daren's an absolute expert at this stuff, because he actually did a whole
That's what I was saying. I say
mapping.
my force is literally mapped to the hilt when I've done some live things, and I mean the new incarnations, even though I've moved away slightly from the force, everything's mapped out to, like I say, bunches of controllers. On the force, don't use any of the knobs, or very rarely use any of the knobs on the force. It's the MIDI mixers, MIDI fighter twister. I need 2 of them. That Shriek 32 knob channel MIDI controller.
32
you name it. 32 knobs in the small. And I need more now anyway. I need to split even more out.
That's the other one that's very very popular to plug into your MPCs, because it's basically a whole bunch of pads and faders. Now, what the MPC doesn't do is it doesn't do what the Force does, where the Force, one of the absolute power features of the Force is that you've got the screen and you've got the pads, and the screen can be doing something completely different to what's on the pads. But on the MPC, you don't get that. You have the pads always correspond to what's happening on the screen. And by having these extra things like the launch control, right? For example, having that and then that mapped to your MPC, it takes an hour or so to muck around and map it and everything. But doing that, once you've done it, you save it to your project that's there forever. You then can say, right, well, that's going to be, that slider is going to be the channel volume. That pad is going to launch a clip. That knob is going to be the cutoff filter on an effect. It doesn't have to be the cutoff filter on a synth. It could be, and you can map all that stuff in your MPC. It's all built in. There's limitations to what you can map, though. Like everything, it doesn't map everything, and some of them get a bit frustrating because you think, it'd be nice if it could map, I don't know, something. Think of whatever.
Some bizarre thing. So you come up with
and you do get a little bit pissed that it doesn't map everything. But what I'm saying is that sometimes people will bring a product out, and I actually think, you know what? I'm glad Akai didn't bring out a massive knobby MPC because looking at this thing,
because they made the knobby out.
Looking at this thing, it doesn't need it.
Not improved it.
Well, not just that, but it doesn't need it, right? When you think about it, just as a standalone, what it can do, it doesn't need it. I think
anytime you make decision to leave off a tick box feature to allow something to have a potentially endless feature, in other words, you can plug stuff into it, even stuff that hasn't yet been released. Future proofing, so to speak.
Oh, hell yeah!
I applaud that.
I bought this in 2017. And it's had so many massive firmware upgrades to it that didn't cost me anything. They did not cost me anything. It's actually probably one of the best purchases I've ever made in my whole studio. In that sense, it's actually paid for itself. I think there's a few others that would actually tick that box. Like Arturia's Keystep would be another one that would tick that box, because that's just been an absolutely brilliant little device over the years that just keeps giving, right? But yeah, I mean, there's not many synths. Novation Base Station 2 is probably one of the only ones that I can think of that just kept giving over the years. But that's Novation for Chris was amazing.
I got a
rest in peace
Machina Jam to add to my Machina Plus a while back, and it Machina Jam by itself is a cool controller for any MIDI stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's turnkey with the Machina Plus, and it adds knobs, sliders, buttons, and stuff, and it's pretty awesome. And you can get, while I'm just playing normal stuff on on the Machina Plus, I can go into one of the modes and just whack out one of the sounds or one of the samples or one of the synth sounds into some crazy territory without having to go in any menus or whatever. And it's completely bonkers. It's fun.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things I remember. I think, Daren, we might have even launched the Machina Jam on the show. I remember when it came out.
Possible. How long? Quite a bit ago now, isn't it?
I think we were even talking about it, like how
it came and went. It wasn't popular, so they're hard to find new now, but they're around.
Well, what's kind of annoying about it is that they want you to buy their Machina Jam controller so that you can actually extend the knobs and functionalities of the Machina. That was kind of...
No, it works on other things too.
Oh,
yeah.
It does?
Yeah. It's a class compliant MIDI controller. It's just more turnkey with the Machina Plus, but there's no reason why you can't do it with other stuff. Kind of like what you said when you plug in the stuff.
So I can plug that in?
Colors coordinating. Should be able to, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, then that's cool. I'm happy about that.
I mean, I haven't exhaustively checked on it, but when it says class compliant and it has standard MIDI CCs and all that shit, then it should be.
Yeah.
I know people who use it who don't use Machina. It's like a DJ box as well. You can just do crazy stuff with it. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that Machina does lack is like the same problem as the MPC. It does lack some extra controls. So I feel like that's kind of a cool thing. No, the stream hasn't frozen, guys. I've verified it's working fine. Guys in chats someone said it's frozen. It's probably your end.
It looks fine. I've got it open here. It's working fine.
I'm on a dodgy connection. It's fine here. So,
but do understand it is tin can and a string. So your tin can and string probably just isn't working today.
Plus, I'm tethering through this, right? I'm using eSIM tethering through this on my laptop, and it still works.
It's been brilliant, mate.
And the string gear is getting wet because it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it raining here? Oh, yeah, we've got rain too.
Yeah, so I kind of, where I sort of went with that whole sort of thing was, I kind of felt like when you're looking at products, I said earlier, there's a limit to what I will buy a Eurorack. If it's sort of, and I think that Rossum assimilator was way out of my budget for like the top dollar I'd spend on Eurorack. I think the most expensive Eurorack I bought might have been the Sea Legs from Intelligel.
Yeah.
How much was that?
I just realised the second most expensive thing I bought,
$600 US or something.
Yeah, really? The second most expensive thing I bought was the Instrument, which was £1,500, and I do not regret that at all.
Because my Hex Mix Hexpander combo used was $1,000, maybe $1,100. But it was like I didn't have to build it. It's in good shape. I was very happy with that. So.
Yeah. I mean, even still, like mixers and things like that, I'm still of the opinion, unless you're kind of really you want to be a Euro EMOM live performer type thing.
That's why I need it.
Yeah. So for me, I don't. I actually would. I'm actually better off with Expert Sleepers, just literal ports that you just plug audio into. I don't need any controls. I don't need sliders or mutes or anything. Just ports, and that way I can then just pop it straight into a DAW and multi-track what I'm doing.
But what's so cool is Bufaco worked with DivKit to make a bunch of these little accessory things. So I was able to grow my mixer to 10 channels with mutes, all because of those little projects those guys worked on together. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I like the incremental approach. It definitely has a place.
I do too. I
avoided the VCA one. There's a VCA module I didn't get, but I could have gotten that as well if I wanted to. So.
We had that guy on a few months ago with the After Later audio. Do you guys remember when we were showing their mixer type?
I have some of their stuff. There's good.
Yeah,
that's actually really cool. Yeah. So I mean, I was looking at that going, that would be really nice. I'd love to get that sort of stuff. I don't see the need for it. This is the thing. I'd love to get it.
That's the thing.
I don't see the need for it.
Your setup.
Yeah.
Depends on what your needs are.
They make great mutable clones. I like their mutable clones.
I mean, it's something that I would say right now, Chris, but I won't because we can't. But
because
that
would have been. I got you to sign.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect segue. But anyway,
Oh, soon. God, got to do that damn video. Launch video.
you do.
I've got the script. I just got to do it.
I know, but
Chris,
I
remember
think,
when you make your video, record off a speaker, don't plug it into the line.
Oh, so it's yeah. Because it sounds much better.
And
when
don't
it's
practice,
with a
just
little
do it
piece of
straight through.
No, just do it. Yeah,
and make sure you leave in all the ums, ahs, and pause.
Yeah,
Awkward pauses.
exactly.
Put them.
yeah.
Yep, you got
Amateur
it.
video
Check.
is cool.
Okay.
Amateur video is cool.
I think
Make sure you leave a long period of black
waffle
where you
a lot,
haven't stopped the at the end of the video.
But have the
versus
focus
waffle
hunting on
rock.
your camera, pulsing in and out.
Focus hunting.
Yeah.
Focus, damn you. Leave that in, yeah. Go off, Mike.
I love when you see low budget movies with focus hunting because they didn't know how to lock the focus on a camera.
Oh, is that not working?
So-
Have I lost?
What?
He's
Yeah,
lost
I've lost
control
this.
or something.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm still streaming. I'm just wondering why I can't press buttons. Hey, there we go. So, Wagyu said the most expensive Eurorack module he bought is the Hyperion.
Yeah. Paul Schreiber, rest in peace. That thing's an amazing module. I did a little beta testing for it before he passed away.
That
It's
is
cool module.
$819.
Wow.
Yep, and you'll never see him again because he's gone. So
He actually did two versions of it. He did
he did a
Is
lot
that
of
the
stuff.
is that the E520 that he's talking about? That really big.
Yeah.
It's a really big
He's
thing.
module a month guy long before. He was doing 5U stuff. And then he moved to Eurorack. And he did a lot of stuff with speak and spell tweaks because he used to work at Texas Instruments. He also did some stuff with oh man, he had quite a legacy. I'm forgetting some of the details, but he had his hands in a lot of things. He's very clever, very nice, funny guy.
Yeah, I had a few
Definitely.
chats to him on Facebook.
He
A few
died
private
fairly
chats.
young.
He was very young,
Yeah.
very young. That's it there, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, it's cool. It's actually in my Inky video playing in a few hours. So,
So that's. I mean, that,
I
that
love
is,
the
that is an
automated.
expensive module.
It kicks ass though. It's really good. He had a lot of good stuff too. You're talking about ring modulator and all the other stuff earlier. This has all that stuff in there. It's all digital. Yeah, really good. Lots of cool reverb types, experimental things.
It's like an effects computer.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. He did a lot. He started with like wavetable granular stuff earlier on, with what was it, the Wave Garden or something like that. Some kind of thing he has called the Garden, something Garden, and it's various wavetables you can sweep through. And I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. I have a few of his modules. My favorite is the Speak and Spell module that has other things in there as well. And he wrote a basically a live tweak module for it to do all the circuit bending stuff you do on a Speak and Spell in a module. And it's all live, so you can stretch it out, you can make it glitch, you can all that kind of stuff, and you can make it play fast, slow, reverse, all kinds of stuff. It's very clever. I love that module.
That sounds like my sort of thing.
I just put the.
Oh, it's good. Yeah,
I just put
you gotta
the
get your rack. You didn't see it. You gotta do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Just so I can take it down, guys. I just put the assimilator up there so people were on.
Oh, there
what
you go,
we're talking
yeah.
about. Yeah. Just so I can take it
Yeah.
down there. So that's
Damn
about
awesome.
$100 more
That's amazing.
than the
Wow.
the other one. So what was that thing you were talking about? It was a
Which one? Speak and Spell one?
Speak and spell
Yeah.
one. Or?
Yeah.
It's 2 modules, and I haven't used it for a while, so I don't have the
Companion
number memorized. But if you just look up this not Hyperion, but what did
Texas
he brand that
Instruments?
as?
Synthesis
No,
technology.
but it's synthesis technology. I look up
Yeah.
synthesis technology.
I'm there now. Yep.
Vocal something or speak something. he couldn't use Speak and Spell because it's copyright.
No,
Yeah.
it's
But
copyrighted.
it's
yeah.
See if I can find
there's
it.
some kind of vocal or speech thing in there. You can quickly find it in Modular Grid.
Yeah,
if
that's
you look
where I
over
am.
his
That's
stuff.
where I am. Yep.
And there's two parts. There's the original module, which has some wavetables in there on top of the speech, and even like British speech, American speech, and there's some other
come in handy.
speech bits in there as well. And then you have the tweak module that has like a red button on it and some knobs, and they're complementary, and it's really awesome with that extra module. That's the coolest. One of my favorite things I have in the module setup. I need to use it more.
Is it called the Circuit Bent VCO?
Yeah, I think that's it.
The E950.
There's a red button on it, and some knobs.
There's no red button on that one. This thing is a 10 HP DSP based VCO that combines the famous smooth morphing speak and spell technology from Texas Instruments.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
TI.
it. And just
4
find the one
banks.
that companion. It's a similar number. That's a companion for it. That's the tweaking module.
Yep. Well, obviously
Really,
you can just
really cool stuff.
E950.
But he used to work at Texas Instruments, so he knew that chipset inside and out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So there's the looping expander, which is the E951. That's
it, looping expander.
That's got the red button on it.
Yeah,
That's
so you
it.
loop
That's
parts
that's
of
the duo
parts
right
of the
there.
Speech phrase.
Those
yeah.
two together is magic. It's just pure
a
magic.
picture of it while it's speaking and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So all that stuff that Kraftwerk did with the speech and stuff, you could easily do all that and way more with that thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
a
was
great
crazy.
combo.
Crazy smart, that guy. Really, really sad that he left.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy.
Yeah, he was. So you just
He's
you
way
just,
into pins too. If you're talking about pinball machines, he'd go on for hours. He had a killer collection of vintage pinball.
there's a thing in the US at the moment with
and it's like, me
pinball
got
machines.
you. Like it would talk to you and like this demon thing, and the heartbeat would go doo 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 doo.
So that's the one with the red button on it, Andy.
That's the tweaky one. Yeah.
Right.
So you see the short, long, and speak. So you can manually trigger it
The loop length.
or trigger it
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
And that's the
So it
actual.
And then you get the
speech
waveforms on that
phrase
screen as
loop.
well.
And that's the VCO.
Yeah. So if you,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
I mean, are there any? How many of
Morphine
those will be out
Terrarium.
there?
That's the other one he made. I had the Morphine Terrarium, which is the bunch of wavetables, which is cool. But yeah, good stuff.
If you look on Reverb, there is quite a bit of
CMCO
synthesis
had to make
technology
it
stuff
all
on there right now, and they're actually reasonably good prices too.
Yeah, not everything he had was crazy. The Hyperion was the craziest one.
Not that one though. The one I just showed. The quad morphing thing, VCO thing, is on there though.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember him doing this thing. Yes. The cloud terrarium thing.
Cloud Terrarium. So there's Morphine Terrarium and there's Cloud Terrarium. That's the advanced version. I had the Morphine Terrarium.
That's right, and it has that waveform thing, and
Yeah.
you put parameters into it, and then you can save a whole bunch of things in a text-based like patch file type.
Yeah.
thing.
So if you love wavetables and morphing through wavetables, he was really good at that. That was one of his specialties.
Yeah, but we were showing that terrain synth the other day, and I kind of feel like this sort of approaches it in a similar way.
Yeah.
Because it's called the terrarium, right? And it works like cloud algorithms. How is he going to say it? How does he talk about it? So you instead of terrain, right, and you're morphing across the different waveforms that way in a sort of XY. This is looking at it from a three-dimensional sort of idea, because you've got parameter X, parameter Y, and parameter Z.
Yeah.
Kind kind of interesting. And then you can CV control those three. That'd be actually really cool with one of those planner from IntelliGel.
Well, that's the thing, and Rossum did that with filters. The Z-plane filters were actually 3D filters, technically.
Yeah, I like that idea.
So,
yeah. That one is in Australia too, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
How about I even just give it everybody in the world a link to it?
There's your birthday present. You can buy that.
No, it's 1,000 Aussie. I'm not going to buy it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, what would I do with it?
Yeah, the wavetable is so common now, but he was early on with some of that stuff.
Look, I can make Kraftwerk sounds. No one's going to care.
Well, no, I mean that was just my example of most.
And
people
I'm
don't
$1,000
know
poorer
what to do with it,
now. No, I get what you're saying, Andy. I'm only
the
kidding.
speech stuff is, if you like any kind of speech or weird, like monk chanting kind of kind of stuff, you can do any of those kind of things. So it's all generated. It's not samples.
Yep. I like that. The formant
great.
stuff. Yeah, Chris likes it too. He's got a couple of formant things.
Very cool.
What I like at the moment is in software to do with speech. And you guys probably might have noticed it on the crappy little Synth Geekery show intro that has got some very cool little speech mangling things on there. Just trying to think of the name of the company. Sorry. What are they called again? No. Okay, there it is. Cool. I'm going to get the website up so I can show you guys. Right, here we go. This is a free plug for them. Wow. Lucky these guys. Just waiting for it to load. Hello. Is the website down? Or is it just, have I got one of those weird I've been blocked problems? I can't get the website to work. That really sucks.
Where are you trying to get to?
Okay, here we go. It's working now.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So for me, mucking around with voice, I like doing the stuff from a well-known band called Infected Mushroom. And they have a couple of modules that they do. One which is really kind of famous called Manipulator and I Wish and Gatekeeper. These are all, and you can see the mushroom label next to them. So Gatekeeper is like a gating thing. You don't really need that. But Manipulator is awesome. I'm just waiting for the page to load. I don't know why it's really slow. For some reason. Because I'm in Australia. I did click on it. Learn more. Do I have to click on that? It's loading. Okay, it's thinking about it. Let's wait for that to load. I'll come back to it. So,
yeah, I've had websites do that to me.
Yeah, I might. I don't know if I've got a good example of that running at the moment. We could go to Ableton. I could just go and make a new project and pop it in. All right, I've actually got Manipulator here. So let's pop Manipulator in. So this is Manipulator, right? And what you can do with the Manipulator is you can drop a sample into it, and then that sample has a whole bunch of patches that you can apply to this thing, and you can even MIDI control this stuff. It's actually a pretty cool plugin. And have you guys ever heard of Infected Mushroom as a band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like a techno.
I don't know what they sound like, but I know the name.
Yeah, they live in Los Angeles, and they're a bunch of Israeli guys actually, but they live in Los Angeles, so it's nothing to do with Israel. Don't worry about that. Let me just get a WAV file here. What have we got here? So I can find some sort of audio. A sample of someone talking, maybe that might be good. Not from there. give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to look for a sample.
Yeah.
And then we
Not
can
from
plug
YouTube.
that in. Ableton projects.
Psytrance, okay.
Is
The
that what they're
best
called?
vocal processing thing is, you've heard of Krotos software? Krotos Studio?
Nope.
After you show this, you should look up Krotos real quick. They do some wicked stuff with vocal processing.
Okay.
Movies, video games, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, let's see if we can find some samples here. Why can't I find my sample? Oh, okay. I know why. Right. So if I go into here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load some sort of sample that you guys would recognize. Ableton's been, something's happening to my Mac. It might be because I'm streaming.
Probably is.
It's probably struggling because I'm streaming.
Yeah.
It's a big, sorry you guys can't see this. It's like, I'll show you. It's a big file and it's just sitting there doing that right now.
Wow.
Yikes. Hard drive thrashing.
You
Remember
got,
the good old days
you
we
got a
used to have
spot
hard drive
there.
LEDs and they meant something?
Gotta love the Mac spods.
Okay, here we go.
Now you can't tell what the hell's going on.
You guys know the term spod? Most used at Apple when I used to work there. Spinning pinwheel of death.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like BSOD, yeah.
Not that bad. Not as bad as blue screen. It's just
No,
a
no.
spot. The
Guru
cursor
meditation
just
arrow.
spins and spins and spins. Could be hours, could be 2 minutes, you know.
Yeah. There is the, ubiquitous Microsoft Progress bar.
Yeah.
Which, jumps
Which says
suddenly
like 2
and then-
years.
And then
It says
then-
2 years
well,
left for your download, and then
sits at 90% for 5 hours and
Yeah.
then disappears without ever getting to 100 and saying, "What do you mean you were confused about where we were?"
Flight 1337 to Freedom. Would passengers
Ah,
please
yes.
now board at Gate 1? Good
Alright.
afternoon, ladies and
Let's muck
gentlemen.
around with
This
this.
is a boarding call for passengers travelling on Flight 1337 to Freedom. Would passengers
oh, it's
please
like
now board at
Phantom
Gate
Menace.
1?
Roger, Roger.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a boarding call for passengers traveling on flight 1337 to Freedom. Would passengers please now board at Gate 1?
There's definitely some ring modulation going
This is a
on there.
boarding
isn't
call for passengers
Yeah.
traveling on flight
That's pitch
1337
That's
to
cool.
Freedom. Would passengers please now board at Gate 1?
So it's so much fun that I'm just really quickly showing you it. But that's Manipulator, and it's got a whole bunch of algorithms, and then in the algorithms, you can then play around with, like for example, if you look at this one's got a little sequencer down the bottom here, and you can muck around with the sequencer. It's actually, you can add little engines on here. There's a whole bunch of engines. I'll just zoom in so you guys can see. So the little engines you can add. You can have a MIDI engine, a follower,
cool.
a sequencer, an envelope. It's so cool. And don't forget, these guys, I don't know if you've ever watched videos, they actually do talk about the way they make music, and they've got a studio in Los Angeles. They're big on, I think they're either Logic or Cubase, I forget, they're not Ableton. So there's a few things with their setup that I can't do because I don't have their same software, but they use external hardware gear. They're big on synths. And I like their music. It's not really my 100% thing, but what I like about what they do is they think about samples in a different way. I always like bands that think about samples in a different way. So like if we go back to the early days, that's why I loved Art of Noise. That's why I love bands like Pop Will Eat Itself in the 80s and 90s. Because they played with samples in a different way, not just
Or even Jar, right? Or the Zuluk album.
even Jar or Laurie Anderson, right? All those sort of
Yeah.
people. So and even here we are today, and these guys have got software that are doing some of the cool things that you would have needed expensive gear or like slicing it up, sampling manually and all that sort of stuff to do it. And this is doing it live on the fly. And I feel like when I was talking about how I want a sampler to behave, and a lot of them don't today, because there's so many things that you can do with a sample that a lot of the samplers just don't let you do. They don't let you do stuff like I just showed you, for example. And this sort of stuff is not really rocket science. It's not like by the way, this plugin it's simple in its idea, but it's very powerful because it's so simple that what it does is it manipulates on the fly using DSP that sample. And there's ways, for example, when you look at a sample, you think about, okay, what can I do with a sample? It's all basically bits, right? Bits of data. I can, in a rhythmic way, I can chop it up. I can detune it. I can repitch it. I can stretch it. I can put modulation on it. I can, do things like detuning and all that sort of stuff. And that's just playing a sample through like an engine. But then you've got things like granular and wavetable synths and stuff that works with samples in a similar way. And when you think about it, what would be cool is to have like, I'm kind of, in a way, I'm kind of sort of slapping Korg here a little bit. When they made the Korg Electride Sampler 2, and it's probably 10 years old now, isn't it, that thing? It's probably been around for a long time. But it just really didn't have enough cool stuff on it.
Boring.
Yeah, that was the aspect that they really, really obviously stopped on, wasn't it? It was like you've done everything right, except you went, well, that don't have any room for effects now. We'll just chuck in some little ones that we can give you one parameter. It's like
we ran out of CPU.
I think you said it before. They ran out of CPU, and they basically said, "No, that's it. We're not gonna put in two
Yamaha
CPUs
do with
and
the
make a bigger
SY
product."
series.
Geez, I wish they had.
SY99, you can use the sample as a modulator. In FM.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
And in fact, some of these infected mushroom plugins, you can do the same thing. So there's another one called iWish. iWish is so you can plug MIDI into it, and you can use it as you can actually get it to chromatically change the pitch of the sample in rhythmic sequenced ways. And the only thing I'd show you how to do it now, but it takes a little bit of fucking around to set it up. And as I said before, it's not really friendly with Ableton. I think it's more built for like Cubase or Logic. The way it works more on when you set up MIDI and VSTs. It works differently than Ableton. Ableton kind of sucks how VSTs work, to be honest. But I should probably show you in Studio One anyway. Probably works differently in that too. Studio
Real
One
quick,
is
since you brought up audio, vocal manipulation, look up KROTOS, Krotos audio.
Yeah, that's the thing you were talking about before, right?
They're like the best. It's an industry standard thing for like Transformers, robots, monsters, creatures, demon voices, aliens. I mean, it's the stuff. You see how they manipulate it with these node-based engines, and it carries your inflections through, but also manipulates the hell out of it. You can mix it with animal sounds. So if you have like a crocodile sound or a bear sound, and morph it with your voice in real time through this little tree, and out comes this craziest thing. There's a video they should be able to play that shows a guy talking into a mic and then how it manipulates into a monster or something. They're really amazing. They also do cool stuff with car sounds, gun sounds for games.
Is this it?
Yeah, Krotos. Yeah. So look at the there's one for the vocal. Go through their things there. It's very small here. I can't see it too well, but Krotos 2, Weaponizer, Performer, Dehumanizer 2. It's amazing.
All right, let's have a look at this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is cool.
Dehumanizer has quickly become industry standard software for creature sound design and is used by leading film and video game studios.
I am machine number 32945B.
Now fully redesigned and optimized, Dehumanizer 2 is set to become your new favorite plugin. Drop Dehumanizer 2 into your session in any major digital audio workstation. Create dynamic sound design in sync with video or animation. Design complex systems with the click of a button. Save and recall these routings as presets. Automate hundreds of parameters for unprecedented control over your workflow. Move your copy of Dehumanizer 2 between studios with ease using iLock.
No. No.
I love
Get
iLock.
inspired with over 100
Never breaks for me.
recordings. And trigger animal sounds with your voice.
I'm afraid it's part of the
Maximize the
course.
power of the human voice and perform your sound design in real time. Get your copy or try a demo.
There was a couple of familiar sort of things in that system, wasn't there? You guys picked it on the video. There was the ring mod. There was wavetable.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
But the morphing with live animal sound, recorded animal sounds and other sound effects in real time, that's very complicated. A lot of products don't do that. And they have another product that will record your dynamics. So kind of like how Don Buchla used to do the thing with the envelope follower, microphone into the envelope follower of the Buchla system and do like all kinds of weird like stuff and have it run through the system and the craziest crap comes out the other end from the synth. They have a program that does that. It records all the nuances as far as like amplitudes of stuff,
Inflections.
and all kinds of inflections, all kinds of like envelope tweaks and stuff with your own voice, and it maps that out and allows you to apply it to audio files. It's totally nuts.
Got any grapes?
I want a case of beer.
That's a kid's song, isn't it?
No, that was
Waddle, waddle, something like some duck.
Teenage Werewolf, was it?
There's a duck and it keeps saying, "Hey sir, got any grapes?" And it's like, and I waddle along, waddle. Sorry, I've got a
like I know,
10-year-old.
Some of the Jurassic Park sounds were recorded locally, right? Because Lucasfilm was around here, and all the THX recordings and stuff were done in the Bay Area. And so the Velociraptor.
Tell me the duck.
Is it Velociraptor? I think it was the T-Rex. The T-Rex is part bald eagle, grizzly bear, and a few other things all put together in a multi-track, really crazy mix, right? It's a lot of work, a lot of time spent on that. And the bald eagle, I used to work with that in Palo Alto at the zoo. Used to be in San Francisco Zoo, and they recorded that for the T-Rex. So it's kind of a famous bird now. But the cool thing is that's all can be done with mixers and multi-track and a lot of time spent. With the Dehumanizer and similar products like that, you can do it in one pass. So
Cool.
it's fun.
Okay.
I have it. I just haven't had a chance to use it, but I always forget I have it, and I go, I probably should register it and use it one of these days. So.
What made you buy it though? Like, how did you come across that?
An insane bundle at NAMM. It was unbeatable bundle. It came with it's like 4 or 5 programs in one bundle. Yeah. It was sweet. And I was like, well, it's so cheap now, I can't resist it now. That's where the gas really comes in.
They've got this thing now on their website called Kronos Studio Max. Is that the bundle you're talking about?
Probably everything in one. Because they have the car library of like every possible car sound for making car video games and car commercials and movie sounds for cars, all that kind of stuff. And then they have every weapon you can imagine with like bullets flying by the microphone, ricochets, actions from machine guns, mechanical noises, all that kind of stuff. You can custom build any gun sound you want in an environment. Yep. So it's huge for movies and video games, or someone who likes listening to guns all the time. So.
Yeah, this includes
trap music.
Yeah, this is the Kronos Studio Max, includes Dehumanizer and everything in it. It's a bundle.
Yeah.
and it's 50%.
I got one of the bundles. It had everything but the car. I think I got the gun one actually somehow in the bundle, but it had everything but the car. The car was the most expensive one because it had so many sounds in it. Can you imagine? All race car noises, all normal car noises.
$500 a year. Fuck, that's a lot of money.
Wow.
No, see, I got it before they had subscription based. I got a bundle. No sub.
The man said no, like I said yesterday. We just sell lemonade, okay? Why not give it a try?
That's that song I was talking about. Hey, sir, got any grapes?
Yeah.
It's called the Duck Song. I found it.
Duck Song, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like
kids,
something Dr. Demento in the old
like
days.
there's kids in my son's like year that know that song word for word, and it's almost kind of like, why?
Creepy?
Yeah. Like, why do you know that song word for word, like perfectly? Even the accent, everything, perfect. Why have you gone to all that sort of craziness? You guys remember that when you were kids? Like, did you ever have friends that used to like recite lines from movies? And they were like word for word, like they would say, they would just recite lines from movies.
I did for Monty Python all the time. I had everything memorized.
Yeah, but everyone did
Some
Monty
people,
Python.
yeah.
Everyone did Monty Python. That one we can...
And Spinal Tap and Scarface and
I'm talking about like every movie. Just about
Johnny.
Every movie that would.
Johnny. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a man of infinite jest.
We would, as generally sort of interested people generally we would be able to recite certain lines out of classic movies like Terminator and Spinal Tap and that sort of stuff, right? Generally, but I'm sure you guys have had friends that have been like they would pick out complete dialogues and recite them, and I used to always think that was weird. Like,
why do people do whole scenes from The Godfather? In there? Yeah. No.
Sorry, Andy.
Whole scenes from Animal House.
I never saw Animal House. Animal House.
Oh, that was great.
I never saw that.
It's a classic.
Apparently.
7 years of college down the drain.
Spinal Tap 2 isn't brilliant, apparently.
Oh, I forgot they're making another one, aren't they?
It's out. It's out here anyway.
Okay.
But the reviews aren't great.
Well, it's lightning in a bottle. How the hell do you get that again?
Those guys are really old.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, in fact, Jane's never seen it, and I'm going to get her to sit down and watch it because I've got the DVD with all the extras. It's just brilliant.
But Christopher Guest's other stuff was good, like Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, A Mighty Wind.
I've seen Best in Show. I've not seen Mighty Wind. Yeah. I need to see Mighty Wind.
Waiting for Guffman's another one. Yeah,
I've not seen that either, but I have seen Best in Show. It's
like Waiting for Godot, but it's like some of the guys.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did promise at the start of the show that I would add the caption and post it on the. I'm doing it now. I'm just waiting for Photoshop to load. It's got all this crap. It's initializing.
Yeah, the cloud versions are crazy. There's so many modules and shit. It's nuts.
All right, so let's drop this in.
You need to do an update. You have 1 day left.
The
update only came out today. You got 1 day left to do your update. It's like that's hardly a choice. It's called a gun to your head. But that's the subscription models we now have to sign up.
Okay, let's see if we can fit this in here. And what the hell? No. Paste. All right, we need to change the font. The font is crap. What sort of font? Arial is usually a good one. Arial works. And then
meme safe font.
Okay, that seems to be all right. Maybe I should make that.
Just don't do Comic Sans. You have a Comic Sans font?
Comic Sans, yeah.
Windings, even worse.
Wingdings. I remember Wingdings. Bloody hell.
Yes.
How do you bold this? Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. No, I don't have it. I need to bold it. Bold? Narrow. Oh, I don't want narrow. I want bold.
It's probably already bolded.
There we go. Better. Better. Does that look better now? Alright, might need to put a little bit of a black border around it so you can see it better. You know, the old trick.
A bit of drop shadow or something.
Yeah. Layers, layer style, stroke. Yes, I'm having a stroke. And drop shadow?
Do you have the inner stroke or the outer stroke? You got to choose your type of stroke.
All right, we're done.
But turn down the blur a bit, yeah.
Flatten image.
I usually make it too soft.
And save as a JPEG.
You know, Photoshop's great, but there are some cool
free
programs out there.
Yeah, I use
bring it into the show.
For some stuff, but
Inkscape's cool, but there's another one called Paint.net. I've been using Paint.net forever. It's amazing.
Paint.net's good.
heard of those.
All right, let's see if
Still
that works.
rocking PaintShop Pro.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
It totally works.
That's going up on Synth Memes right now, as promised.
Yeah. Post it. It'll be viral before we close the show. Wow, what are all these people tuning into our show for? Doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
Voted as the best caption on Synth Geekery. And I can't remember the guy, how to say the guy's name. It's something like how do you say his name again?
I Sing the Body Electric? No,
that's it, yeah.
Yep, it is. Sing the Body Electric, yep.
I sing...
It's a song.
The body...
From Fame, isn't it?
There we go.
I sing
Done.
electric.
Waiting for the moderators to approve that. There you go. It's on Synth Memes. Done. Promised. Delivered.
Fame and fortune.
Probably not even there now, is he?
Oh, look.
No, he's there.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, that's a little over the top.
That was slightly too much, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, I can't remember what the balloon one is. Is it that?
Balloon? I
There
think
you
it's a
got it.
piece, isn't it? A piece
Oh, that's
one?
just
That's only one
Is it a
thumb.
piece
Yeah.
one?
Two thumbs is on.
Oh, there's the balloons. Yeah, that's the balloons.
What camera have you got?
Camera? Oh, some cheap crap thing. Why?
Oh, how does that do that?
That's
It's an
that's
Apple
on the Mac.
OS.
That's an Apple
that's a Mac
OS
thing.
thing. So it's nothing to do with the camera because the camera's cheap and nasty,
Okay.
as you can tell by the quality of my image.
Well, it's better than mine, and
I thought
mine's
you
not
just woke up
particularly-
that way.
Well, mine's cheap and nasty.
I'm looking less washed out now because the sun's gone in.
Yeah.
I am wondering about
Well,
should I block up?
Absolutely.
Should I block off this light?
English sun
this
is
window?
Now, guys, I know a lot of you are thinking to yourself, Rand looks rather dapper this week with his t-shirt
I haven't
on.
got mine on, have I? Yeah.
And just look, I want to get one of those Synth Geekery shirts.
Yeah.
Because, I want to look as good as Rand's. Well, you can just drop on into the merch store. In fact, even if you're on YouTube right now, you can actually buy it through YouTube. The one I'm wearing is actually this Under Armour one here. It's actually I like the Under Armour gear. It's actually really cool. Or you can go with just the standard polo. But the polo actually is pretty cool. It's cotton, I believe, and it's got the Synth Geekery logo on it. And the thing about collared shirts, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go to a place where they say you must be wearing a collared shirt, well, you're in, and you've got the Synth Geekery logo.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
You need to get into the yacht club sometimes, so
That's it. Got to get in the yacht club. Or if you want, you can get yourself
South
this stylish black mug, to put your black coffee in, or I don't really know. I'm not very good at advertising stuff. But anyway, there's a whole bunch
You
of
need an alternative design with modular, a little eurorack thing there.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do some more stuff, but this is one of my favorites here, a meme shirt. So how long have you been playing the synth? It's a great meme, that one. So you guys can have a meme shirt. So yeah, get some stuff from the merch store. All the proceeds go back to the show and keeps the fuel, light, and power and all that sort of stuff running. So there you go.
It's a good fitting shirt, and they come really quickly to the UK. I think mine came within about 5 days.
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking of doing, guys, is I wouldn't mind. I might put some, if Chris allow it, I can put some Maikshifter shirts in there. I could put some Sinners Music shirts in there as well. So,
Definitely. Happy with that.
And obviously, we'll flick you guys back the proceeds for that. So yeah, definitely. But as I said, look, there's even hats. Look, I know I'm kind of grey upstairs and everything. Probably should wear a hat myself. I'm sorry if it offends everybody. The problem with my hair, right, is I cut it short and it looks like I'm bald, but I'm not. If I let it grow,
mine too.
I could have a nice little mop up there if I wanted to. But yeah, I don't know. I just never liked long hair. Daren likes wearing hats, so you could look cool like Daren. There's hats, yeah. There's.
Let's not go the cool route, eh? It's probably not the best idea to advertise a hat, is it? Really?
I have the Ricky Tina's.
Andrew books. We've got too much.
This is the Ricky Tina's MIDI in out through hat you made.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd have a bit of fun with the merch. But guys, we're going to probably end the show because it's midnight here. It's midnight for Andy now. Now Andy knows exactly how we feel because he's hit the midnight. See, Andy, you're going to turn into a pumpkin just like us in Australia.
No, because I actually slept a bunch today. Today was a lazy day, so I did backups and some other stuff. So.
All right. Well, appreciate everyone being part of the show. Thanks to all the chatties who are still there chatting away. Hope you enjoyed Synth Geekery 313th time. Stay with us for next week for the 314th. Don't really know what that number means, but it's just a number. It increments by 1.
314.
Increments by 1 each week.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Which in binary or 2 to the power of n is 10. No, just kidding.
00111000.
In keeping with the show. I can't do that quickly.
Let's do the show next week in binary.
Yes.
We like the binars in Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah. I'll get out the 2600 and I'll do it on that instead. Do the R2T first.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.
All right.
See you
Check out Inky Fest, Hardware Jams on YouTube.
Hardware, yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
Good. Thanks for a reminder. Yep. See you guys.